is a TVNB special presentation.
And welcome to Game 3 of the Calder Cup Finals between the St. John Flames and the Wilkes-Barre Penguins. Dave DeLine along with my partner here, Steve Ryan. And Steve, we're getting ready for Game 3 coming out of Wilkes-Barre. The Flames leave St. John with a split, and I'll tell you, this is going to get some physical.
Yeah, these are two kind of lunch bucket teams, and they're playing that way. The Penguins winning the first game 4-3 and playing a good defensive battle, I thought. Flames coming back, and I thought dominating the second game, winning 4-3 on Daniel Tkachuk's 2 goals. But boy, down in Wilkes-Barre, they've got a packed house there tonight.
8,300.
The Flames are really in for a big test.
Yeah.
This is a very, very good hockey team.
And here's how they got here. Obviously, a pair of 4-3 splits. Jason McDonald with the game winner in the first game of the series, and the Flames coming back and again 4-3. Daniel Tkachuk, as you said, the game winner, and both games kind of resembled each other, with the winning team jumping out to a lead and holding off to the end. And in both cases, the last 5 minutes of the game, the trailing team was coming on strong, and anything could happen. A couple empty net goals in both games, and away you go.
The Flames, the first game ran out of time, basically. They were building some momentum, and they did carry that on into the second game. But give the Penguins some credit, and they battled back for, Flames up 3-0, and once again, Patrick and his squad did a good job keeping focused and doing the job, not panicking, and they came back and they made it a hockey game, and there were some very tense moments at Harbor Station late in that hockey game. Once again, a couple of good saves by Bro Shue, but this is a series that can go either way. St. John prohibitive favorites when they first started. And really, you have to give the Penguins credit. They're not listening to the pundits. They're battling. And this is the type of team that can give the best teams trouble. I don't care if the Flames are the favorite. The bottom line is Glenn Patrick has this team focused. They're getting pretty good goaltending. Rich Perron's not the difference in this series. I think the defense are playing very well. Kelleher and Roosevelt.
Kelleher leading the league in the playoffs right now for points.
Absolutely. And they do it on both ends of the ice. They're playing well defensively. Not overly physical. They don't have to be. But both of those guys are playing very, very good right now, as is Trent Cull, also playing a physical back there. Billy Tibbetts in the lineup tonight. That should be interesting. He wasn't allowed in Canada. There were some legal problems with that. But he'll be in the lineup for the Wilkes-Barre Penguins tonight. So he will give a different view on things. He's a rough and tough type of guy, but he can also create some scoring chances. So it's going to be a very interesting battle.
Yeah, 9 games. Tibbetts has 3 goals, 3 assists, but 41 minutes and penalties. He brings it on physical, and he brings his game, as he's done in Pittsburgh, with an opportunity playing up with the big squad this year. And, of course, a lot of the talk in Wilkes-Barre is that if the Penguins go, and looks like they're going to go down to New Jersey tomorrow night, Milan Kraft and Andrew Ferentz will be available to Wilkes-Barre. Of course, Coach Patrick made no comment of that in the press conference to say that nothing's been discussed, but by brotherly love, you've got to think that there's something going to go on there, that these guys will be, of course, in the lineup.
Absolutely. They were with this team for most of the year. Milan Kraft, very, very gifted. He's playing between Straka and Kovalev, and he's not doing very well on the face-offs, but in other aspects of the game, he brings a whole new dimension, and he can do that to the Wilkes-Barre Penguins if the Pittsburgh Penguins do get beat out tomorrow night by New Jersey in the Meadowlands. But Andrew Ferentz, I've been impressed with him since I saw him a couple of years ago with Syracuse. Here's a guy that's very, very quick, moves the puck up the ice very well, can play physical, and right now I think he's the Pittsburgh Penguins' best defenseman, and that's been quoted. Many people in the media have said just that. So he'll be a welcome addition if, by chance, the Pittsburgh Penguins do fall with the Devils tomorrow night.
Absolutely, and I guess we want to say a special hello to all you St. John Flames fans out there tuning in some of the local watering holes, Crow's Place, Rockies, Bubba's, the 3 Mile, the Sports Bar. We hope you're going to have an enjoyable evening tonight. Some little bit of news in the media down south of the border as far as making fun of the tidal wave that was done at the Flames game the other night. So if you're in a local watering hole right now, make some noise, do the wave, get into this game. Let's hope it's not coming back here for Game 6. Of course, TVNB and Rogers will be carrying Wednesday's Game 4 live to you again at 8:30. We'll pick up the play-by-play from Andy Campbell and back to the studio for the intermissions and the wrap-up at the end with Steve and I. Wilkes-Barre going into their arena, 6-2 in the playoffs. A lot of talk's been given about the sellout since December. I believe it sits about 8,400.
Yeah.
It's going to be a whitewash again tonight as they come into the arena, all the fans wearing white. Do you think St. John was prepared enough at the 2 home games to be ready for this kind of attitude, I guess you're going to say, from the fans?
Well, the way I look at this, David, is at the end of we picked the 3 stars the other night. We picked Daniel Kachuk as the first star. I thought he played a great game, 2 goals. I asked him after, I think what this team needs right now is to get on the road. They didn't play their A game at Harbor Station. They really didn't. This team's game is built around speed. They didn't use the speed. Give Wilkes-Barre credit. They did shut them down when the chance was there. But they have to get the defense going back, and once again, the speed, I think they'll show that here tonight. But to get away from Harbor Station, it was a great crowd. No doubt that the Flames loved having that big crowd there, but you could sense the team was nervous, especially in the first game.
First 5 minutes and the early goal, 19 seconds
into the hockey
backbreaker.
game. But once again, I don't think they played their A game yet. Maybe getting away and maybe playing in a hostile atmosphere. The Flames have played very good hockey on the road this year. They were above 500, and in the second half of the season, they played good, aggressive hockey. They bought into Jim Playfair's system. Once again, pressure on the defense, and I think you'll see that. I think you'll see some punishment on Kelleher and Roosevelt the other night. You saw Roosevelt getting upset, taking 3 minor penalties, and that was the plan. Chris Clark, Stevie Beja, even Marty Murray working him very hard down low. So I think that's the key. Work the Penguins' defense, and I like the Flames' chances here tonight in Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, the Flames 9-0 when scoring the first goal in the playoffs.
That's very big.
An unbelievable statistic. Yeah. And again, something that we've seen continually over the years with Sebastian Giguère, but the first goal being the big one in that early first goal, like we talked about, the 19 seconds. Martin Brochu has not looked overly comfortable in the first 2 games. It was 14 minutes into Game 2 before he actually seen his first shot, and that was including killing off a penalty that Jason Morgan had taken in his second AHL playoff game. Crashed the net, banged the boards. These are things that we've heard Jim Playfair mention, but these are things that are going to make the difference tonight. Botterill, Roach going hard to the net, looking for the rebounds. Perrant seems to really take the lower half of the net away, as most goalies do nowadays.
He's a big guy, and you've
covers a lot of it.
Yeah, and you've got to bump this guy. And I think where you get, as you mentioned, Davey, get Botterill, even Beja, Roach, get the bigger guys in front. And he's got a stick out there. Just bump him, tap him. Get your knee on his pad and get some traffic in there. That's very, very, very important. Get Rich Perrant off his game, and you can do that by bumping him around. Martin Brochu, Flames need a big game out of him tonight.
Absolutely. 11-3 in the playoffs with a 1.98 goals against average, and of course Rick Perrant in 17 games, 12-5, 2.44 goals against average. But again, maybe not the most important stat, but a 9.913 save percentage, and of course anything up in the mid to high 9s is a good statistic to be at. There we have the obviously the whitewash. The fans got their pom-poms in their hands as they get ready, and the officials for tonight's game, Mike Hasenfras and the linesmen. Oh, they moved the graphic away from us a little too quickly there. Folks, we're going to join Andy Campbell at the First Union Arena for Game 3 of the Calder Cup Finals with the St. John Flames visiting into Wilkes-Barre Penguins.
And we await the arrival of young Billy Tibbetts. We'll be talking a little bit more about Billy Tibbetts as the evening goes on. He's ready. Puck is down. Flames win the opening draw. Game 3 of the Calder Cup Final is underway, and you're listening to it here on Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94. Penguins regain control. They'll work it up through the neutral zone. Martin Sonnenberg drives the puck in behind Martin Brochu on the far boards. A big collision. Jason Botterill going down heavy with Tom Kostopoulos. Puck in behind Brochu. Mike Martin moves it ahead for Sergei Varlamov. Chris Kelleher at the blue line gets a shot off. It was wide. Off the far boards, Kostopoulos plays it into the corner for Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg maintaining control. Now he'll lose it. Marty Murray will come in, try and push it up the far board. Sonnenberg takes it. One right across the crease. Whistled that one right across the crease. Tibbetts from in behind, trying to center, bouncing puck at the side of the net. And the Penguins pushing here on the Flames in the early going. Varlamov will bat the puck to the red line. Both teams have to come outside into the neutral zone. Now Derek Walzer starts off from his blue line, up on the far side into the middle. A pass for Daniel Tkachuk. They're inside the Penguin zone. A shot on Rich Perron, and he gloves that one easily, and that brings a bit of a response from the crowd here in Wilkes-Barre.
Well, the puck was going to go over the net, but Rich Perron flashed the leather there and grabbed it down. Still brings big cheers from the crowd as we see Tux, the mascot, climbing on the glass here. Last time I seen someone like that climbing on the glass, the thing fell over and down to the ice went Crazy Claude one night at the Providence Civic Center. But no, this is the loudest building I've seen since Philadelphia in the finals that year, Andy, 3 years ago.
And rightfully so. Face-off in the Wilkes-Barre zone here. Darcy Verreault and Daniel Tkachuk. Verreault wins that, pulls it into the far side corner. Trent Cull picks it up, rings it around the near side for Alexander Mathieu. Flames hold it in. Michael Roosevelt into the near corner. He'll dump it around to the far side. Cull will chase. Dennis Bonvie will dump it the length of the ice, and this puck is going to go back inside the Wilkes-Barre zone, and Steve Monador touches up the Penguins, called on the icing. We've played a minute 14 here, and this place, just by virtue of this 8,200-strong crowd, electric.
Well, there's a few that are not here yet, as you can see. Some empty seats probably outside getting a beverage of choice or what so. You know, but by all accounts, like everyone had said, this was going to be a huge crowd, and it is indeed a huge crowd. And it's unbelievable the way the sport of hockey has taken off here, as our bus driver was telling us today. We never had hockey here before until last year, and it's unbelievable, the atmosphere.
And you can sense some of that atmosphere, I'm sure, back in St. John and southern New Brunswick. Just the sheer level of noise in this building is no doubt being picked up wherever you're listening tonight. Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone once again. Blair Betts facing Dennis Bonvie, the Antigonish, Nova Scotia native. He just ties up the circle. Betts can't play it. In behind Rico Fatis centering. It comes right through the slot, picked up by the Penguins. Verreault racing the other way. To the red line, he'll dump the puck in. Off the glass, came out into the middle. Mickey Dupont picks it up, and here steers it right back over the Flames blue line. Here comes Dave Roach inside Penguins territory. He'll dump it down. Betts will chase. He gets slammed hard into the glass by Trent Cull, and then Bonvie delivers a big hit on Roach. Bonvie comes up with the puck. He'll move it up over the blue line for Verreault. They come to the neutral zone, have a little trouble with it there, bouncing in front of Alexander Mathieu. The puck is knocked away. Flames pick it up. Rick Morozic to the blue line. Long drive in on Perron. He steers that one aside. It'll bounce off the glass in behind to Trent Cull. Roosevelt on the far boards ahead to Eric Meloche. Meloche pass across the blue line, looking for Peterson streaking down the near wing. Couldn't get it to him. Greg Crozier will pick it up in the neutral zone. Turn it over. Varlamov across the blue line. Shot on Rich Perron. He juggles it. And the rebound played away by Trent Cull. To the blue line. Mike Martin holds it in. Varlamov right in the slot. Backhand. Glove save, Rich Perron. Wow, the Flames have turned it on here. They spent about the first 60 seconds of this hockey game inside their own zone. But ever since, they have been pressuring the Penguins inside the Wilkes-Barre zone.
Well, Andy, they've come on strong. A couple of turnovers by the Wilkes-Barre Penguins, leading to opportunities by Sergei Varlamov. 2 point-blank shots, high slot shots. One went off the blocker of Rich Perron. The other one's right into his belly, and he holds it for the face-off. Now, at this point here with the loud crowd, St. John with the early momentum here.
Face-off now to the left of Rich Perron inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Daniel Tkachuk there against Martin Sonnenberg. And Tkachuk able to win it back to Chris Clark. They get a shot away, bouncing in the zone wide. The shot comes right back out in front, and Joseph Melikar steers away Steve Bejan. They fight into the far corner. Sonnenberg up with the puck. Lead pass for Tibbetts. Tibbetts to the red line. He'll pass it off to Brendan Buckley. Drop pass Sonnenberg. Chris Clark in there to break that one up. They'll push it over the red blue line. Here comes a 2-on-1 for the Flames. One man will get back. Here's Bejan centering the puck. All alone. Walzer pinching in and makes the shot. Perron with a beautiful save as the Flames continue to press. This is unreal, the pressure Rich Perron is facing early in this hockey game. We only hope that the Flames can maintain this.
Well, it is. I mean, St. John has come out strong, Andy, in the first 2 minutes and 45 seconds of this hockey game with numerous chances. 5 shots on goal here to none for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Penguins. But of the 5 shots, at least 3 of them have been quality scoring chances, and Rich Perron's been up to the test early here tonight.
Blair Betts and Darcy Verreault in the face-off circle to Perron's right. Verreault falls on the puck. They push it back to the blue line. Flames able to hold it in. Roach off the far boards. Throwing it in front. Bouncing puck. Fata couldn't get to it. He was knocked to the ice. Penguins will play it away up over the blue line, but they'll turn it over in the neutral zone. Betts will steer the puck right back down into the Scranton zone. Roach chasing. Perrant plays it up on the far boards. Kostopoulos has it there. He's hit by the former teammate of his, Rico Fata. Trent Cull from in behind the Wilkes-Barre net. Now ahead to Sonnenberg. Martin Sonnenberg gains the red line and dumps the puck into the far corner. Scoville gets to it first. Tried to clear it up off the far boards. Tibbet sends it in front, and Sonnenberg couldn't find it. It was in his skates. Blair Betts skates it away for the Flames. Fires one in on Perrant. He drops that at the side of the net for Roosevelt. Roosevelt to the far corner. Up ahead on the blue line. They knock it out. But Scoville has it at the red line. Back come the Flames into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Roosevelt has to cycle back in behind Perrant's net once again. Alexander Zavakin just missing a check from Sergei Varlamov. Finally knocked to the ice by Marty Murray. Jason Botterill picks up the puck. They feed it across the blue line. Jason McDonald intercepts the pass. McDonald turns and goes the other way. He's at the Flames blue line. Dumps it off to Peterson. Peterson, a sharp angled shot off the boards in behind Martin Brochu. That'll find its way all the way back to the Wilkes-Barre blue line, where Brendan Buckley gobbles it up. Feeds Joseph Melikar. Melikar plays it off the end boards around on the far side for Peterson. The young rookie, Toby Peterson. Lead pass to Zavakin on the red line. He's hit by Kachuk. Puck rolls free to DuPont. Cross ice for Clark. Clark, it's a Bégin over the blue line. They got a weak shot on net, and Perrant was able to play that off the far boards now. Bégin in behind in the corner to Clark, trying to wheel it out front. He was hauled down. And now the Penguins able to dump the puck the length of the ice, and as Rick Mrozik gets to it, it's right at the blue line. They wave off, or right at the goal line, rather. They wave off the icing, and then Mrozik takes a big hit from Darcy Verreau. Clark to the red line, steers it in on Perrant. He'll send that one to the far corner. Roosevelt, lead pass to the red line. Perreau in over the blue line. Right in on goal, shot, it's wide. He chases it to the near side corner. Mike Martin has the puck. He'll dump it back around on the far boards. Roosevelt pinched in, shot! Brochu made the save, kicked it out. And there was nobody there in either team to pick up the rebound for a second or two. Flames break into the Penguin zone. Roach has the puck pushed away from him by Trent Cull. Perrant dangerously playing it in behind with Blair Betts right on top of the action there. Here come the Penguins out into the neutral zone. Toby Peterson. He'll dump the puck in. Mike Martin will chase to the near side corner. Peterson knocks it down there. Greg Crozier now. And Martin has his man tied up in behind. Bonby trying to center out into the crease. And Brochu down on top of it. And the man that Martin had tied up at the side of the net, they were hugging and grabbing each other for quite some time. It was Greg Crozier. And the booing that you're hearing is because of the fact that Mike Martin knocked down Greg Crozier in the goal crease, but that came after Martin Brochu had made the save.
Well, I'm sure some people are watching at home, and if you're watching at home, should turn off the TV, the Pittsburgh, the Wilkes-Barre guys, and turn us on and listen to us talk. But anyways, Mike Martin did nothing but a facial smash of Greg Crozier into the ice there as they roughed each other up alongside of Martin Brochu. No penalty. And the people here are upset about that as Mike Hasenfratz lets them play.
14:32 to go first period. No score. Flames and Penguins face off in the Flame zone. Milosh off the draw, couldn't get the puck through to its intended target. Marty Murray will skate it into the neutral zone. Murray has the puck knocked away from him. Brendan Buckley steers it back into the center ice area where the Penguins turn it over themselves. Now Sergei Varlamov bumped off the puck, and the Penguins pick it right back up. They throw it to the blue line. Steve Monador plays it ahead for Murray, ahead to Botterill. Jason Botterill will bank it off the near side boards. It'll roll in behind Perrant. To the near corner, Perrant plays it for Melikar. Down the near boards, Botterill holds. Murray in the corner. Tries to avoid the check from Melikar. Leaves the puck for Sergei Varlamov. He throws it out into the middle. Back on the blue line. Monador gets a shot off, but it's off a stick. Varlamov trying to fight for that puck. Player hauled down is Toby Peterson, and there's a delayed penalty coming up against the Flames as Melikar sends a pass ahead on the far side for Milosh to Sonnenberg. They're over the blue line. Tibbets now. And as Monador comes up with the puck on the far side, Mike Hasenfratz is calling the first penalty of this hockey game.
I think it's going to go to Sergei Varlamov, Andy. Now, when the arm first came up, I could have swore it was going to go against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. But then Sergei Varlamov, who was tied up with a Penguin down along the right side here, they were both holding each other, and the arm went up, and St. John had the puck, so that's what made me think. And Martin Brochu was starting to charge to the net. But no, they didn't hear a whistle once Scranton took the penalty. So it is indeed a holding penalty to Sergei Varlamov, and Chris Clark is talking to Mike Hasenfratz now. There's not much really arguing about it.
The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins on the power play during the playoffs are effective about 22% of the time. They have 22 goals on 19 man advantage situations. That puts them about 7 percentage points back of the Flames in that category. 13:36 to go in the first. Penguins will go on the power play when we return. No score. Penguins and Flames in Game 3 of the Calder Cup Final. This is Home Hardware. Flames hockey on Country 94.
Home Hardware joins tonight's Flames hockey game. They also...
Pennsylvania, Game 3 of the Calder Cup Final. Penguins on the power play here, and it's just started. They have the puck in the neutral zone. Michael Roosevelt checked off the puck. Here's Bejan working one-on-one in against Kelleher. He'll turn the puck back over the blue line, skate into the neutral zone, pass it back for Morozic as they work to kill time off the clock. Sergei Varlamov in the penalty box, holding the call. Now Roosevelt starts out from his own zone. Ahead to Tibbets. They're in over the blue line. Bejan steers Tibbets to the boards. Morozic lays a hit on him. DuPont comes up with the puck near corner. Tries to fend off two Penguins, Sonnenberg and Kostopoulos. Can't. Sonnenberg plays it for Tibbets into the far corner. Back to Sonnenberg in behind. Puck comes out front. Tibbets knocked down. Loose across the crease, and it rolls just wide. Tom Kostopoulos had a chance there, but couldn't get a stick on the puck. In behind now. Tibbets for Kostopoulos on the near side. Back to Tibbets. He'll send it back to the blue line, and Chris Kelleher. Kelleher shooting, knocked down by his own man, Kostopoulos in front. Puck goes to the far corner. Mrozik didn't see it in his feet. Tibbets on the far boards. Dumps it low for Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg trying to play it back to Tibbets. Tibbets trying to skate in behind. The puck will come back to Kelleher on the blue line. Kelleher across on the near side of Roosevelt. Roosevelt dragged it out to the blue line, just not out. Tibbets now near side boards, back to Roosevelt. Roosevelt back to Tibbets, lots of room to shoot. In low, Kostopoulos looking to return the passes. Tibbets goes through the crease. Here's Kelleher pinching down, shooting, knocked down in front, loose, and the Flames will get it to the blue line, not out. And they're going to say that puck was knocked down by a high stick, and the face-off, it looks as though it's going to come out into the neutral zone, back along the Wilkes-Barre blue line, inside the Wilkes-Barre zone now, as linesman Joe Ross makes his way all the way down into the face-off circle to Rich Perot's right. We've got 31 seconds left in the Wilkes-Barre power play. Sergei Varlamov still in the box.
The puck's moving around a lot by the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, Andy. But really, they're not generating much on the offensive with good traffic in front of Martin Brochu. But definitely an uncharacteristic play by Chris Kelleher there to knock that puck down with a high stick instead of sticking his hand up.
12:08 to go, first period, no score. Wilkes-Barre and St. John face off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Flames on a penalty kill here. Penguins control off the draw. Trent Cull will take a second in behind Rich Perron. Now move forward. Skates to the blue line. He'll pass it ahead over the blue line of the Flames, picked up by Rico Fata. He'll backhand it to Cull at the blue line, and then Cull's knocked down by Blair Betts, and he's able to push the puck out over the blue line. Now the Flames with the puck inside their zone one more time. Near corner, Mike Martin jumped right on by Meloche and Crozier. Betts will come up with the puck one more time, send it the length of the ice as the penalty to Sergei Varlamov expires. Joseph Melikar from inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Pass up along the near sideboards. It's over the red line. And Steve Monador will touch up inside the area behind Martin Brochu and draw the icing call against the Penguins.
Well, a couple of situations there. Well, the St. John Flames were shorthanded. One by Mickey DuPont earlier where he had plenty of time to rip that puck around the boards and try to get it out. He held on to it, which ended up being a poor decision as the Penguins grabbed control. And then later on the penalty kill, Rico Fata has the puck once again, basically in the same area with plenty of time to dump it down, and he fails to get it out. The puck was knocked down by a hand that kept in the zone. Those are the little things that you're going to have to do right when killing penalties.
11:25 to go, first period. No score here in Game 3 of the Calder Cup Final. Penguins control the draw in their zone. Kelleher ahead to Mathieu. Mathieu takes a hit from Botterill, able to move the puck to the red line. Picked up there by the Flames. Varlamov turns it ahead. And Botterill is caught offside. He was standing on the blue line waiting for Sergei Varlamov to work that puck forward. And just a little eager on the rush.
Well, now with 11-12 to go in the first period in a scoreless game, St. John and Scranton Wilkes-Barre Penguins can maybe play a little bit of time here now. Straight 5-on-5 here as Mike Hasenfratz has really let a few things go. As obviously this was a bad call as the faceoffs being in center ice here. Bad offsides call.
And that faceoff controlled by the Flames. They get to it on the far side boards. Scoville knocks it away from his man. Now Tkachuk beating Scoville as they go across the blue line. But their progress interrupted, and Bonvie pushes the puck back into the neutral zone. Flames cycle back all the way inside their zone to pick up the puck. Now with the red line, Daniel Tkachuk controls it, dumps it into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Working in behind Perrant. Kelleher gets to the puck first, feeds Bonvie on the far boards. Bonvie takes a hit from Bégin. He's able to play that puck high into the red line. Mathieu picks it up, works over the blue line of the Flames, and dumps it in behind Martin Brochu. Scoville to it first. He sends it up to Steve Bégin on the far side boards, and Bégin dumps it over Michael Rosevall's head. And despite Rosevall actually touching that with the glove as it got up and over him, they will whistle that as icing against the Flames.
Well, you're going to get those, Andy. Some they get, some they don't get, you know, so I don't know right now with 10 minutes, 28 seconds to go. I'm going to have to think that the Penguins are going to come on strong here. The crowd's still behind them early on. St. John carried the play. Haven't really had a shot and goal here for the last 4 minutes of playing time. Still stuck on 7. So one would have to think that the Penguins will come on strong here for at least 2 or 3, 4 minutes of play here.
Face off inside the Flame zone. Sonnenberg and Betts tie up. They push it into the far corner. Betts and Mickey Dupont tie up on Sonnenberg, trying to poke that puck free. They're able to. Zavakin is there to play it for the Penguins, though. Around on the near side to Cull. He tried to throw it to the net. Comes out in front. Jason McDonald couldn't do anything with it, and it rolls in behind one more time. Now the puck jumping high up over the net and back out of the Flame zone. Penguins come into the neutral area to pick it up. Zavakin over the blue line. Has the puck knocked away. And Rick Mrozik steers it right across the front of Martin Brochu's goal crease. Mrozik skates it to the red line and dumps it in on the far boards. Rico Fata sending the puck to the wrong player. And the Penguins down into the Flame zone. Still Billy Tibbets with a centering pass right through the crease, stolen away. Tom Casablas looking for Tibbets in front. Walzer got between the two of them. Walzer hounded by Tibbets as he tries to turn out of the Penguin zone. Here's Marty Murray with a long drive in off the end boards. Bounces right back to the blue line. Mike Martin couldn't hold it in. In the neutral zone, he'll throw it ahead looking for Murray. Penguins get to it, though, and dump it out at the red line one more time. Jason Morgan now on the ice for the first time this evening. He tries to play it ahead. Puck knocked away from him. He'll get it back, though. Steer it ahead for Murray. It's past him, and Brendan Buckley picks it up inside the Penguin zone on the near side now. Joseph Melikar. Melikar throws it into the St. John zone. Brochu clears it off the far glass, but not out. Royer out there, and he's able to push the puck free from Alexander Mathieu. Morgan to the red line. He'll dump it in, not very far, though, as Kelleher picks it up at his own blue line. Throws it ahead. Royer knocked it down as he went to the bench, and now Bégin felled by a stick that gets up high. And Hasenfratz, the referee here this evening, skates with both arms at his side, not one high. Here's Kelleher, blue line, shot. Brochu, blocker save. To the near side boards. It'll come back to the blue line. Trent Cull, glove save, Martin Brochu. One more time with that larcenous leather. And a scrum ensues. The emotions that these two teams are packing right about now, coupled with the match that is this 8,200 strong crowd, this is a gas can waiting to explode here.
To nobody's surprise, right in the middle of that scrum in front of Martin Brochu is number 27, Dennis Bonvie. As he was a major Dennis the Menace back home in St. John at Harbor Station on Saturday night. Once again, he's right in there. That's a good sportsmanlike play by him after he messed roughing into Brochu. He gives him a little tap on the head as if to say, no, I didn't mean that, but that's highly unlikely.
8:29 to go. First period, no score. Flames and Penguins, Game 3 of the Calder Cup Final is right here. Home Hardware, Flames Hockey on Country 94.
Neon looks good.
Wilkes-Barre. St. John, I'm going to tell you this right now. If this series comes back to Harbor Station for a Game 6 and or a Game 7, you've got your work cut out for you. The fans here in Wilkes-Barre are showing their support in huge numbers and in a huge way. I know you can equal what they've put on here tonight. Face-off inside the Flame zone. Blair bets Toby Peterson. Betts wins the draw. Darryl Scoville in the near corner. Sends it around far side. Roach takes a bump. Crozier with the puck. Brochu, what a glove save on the drive by Greg Crozier.
Well, once again, Andy, the St. John Flames are struggling at the face-off dot. Saturday night, they sound like everyone had said that they had a bad night in the face-off circle on Thursday night in Game 1. They got a little better in Game 2, but so far here tonight in Game 3, the Penguins are having their way, really, in the face-off department. And this is a situation where Blair Betts has been good all throughout the playoffs, but he's just having a tough time with the Darcy Verreaus and Toby Petersons.
Betts and Peterson in the circle right now, and once again, Peterson wins that draw. Back to Kelleher on the blue line, into the middle, shooting wide off the end boards. Fata will pick it up, move in behind Brochu. Up on the far boards for Roach. Roach sends it up over the blue line, knocked down by Kelleher in the neutral zone. He'll play it ahead. Fata and Crozier bump on the far boards. Then Roach comes and plows the whole kit and caboodle over. DuPont from the red line, throws it ahead. Kelleher knocks it down for Cull on the near side. He'll go rink wide for Eric Meloche. Meloche in over the blue line. He dumps it down in near Brochu. Peterson with a whack at it there at the side of the net, and it'll come outside into the neutral zone. One more time. Here come the Penguins into the Flame zone. Roosevelt, he throws it at Brochu, and the big mitt up there and hauls that one down, and we've got another stoppage in play with 7:41 to go here in the first. No score, Penguins and Flames. This is Game 3 of the Calder Cup final.
And Dave Roach just plowing over Greg Crozier over there. And as you said, the whole pile, Rico Fata and Trent Cull included, as he just came in like a bulldozer and just plowed all three of them over as he was laying out Greg Crozier, who, by the way, has been leveled 2 or 3 times in this series already. I don't know how many more of those hits he's going to be able to take. Wow.
Well, if it makes any difference to you or means anything to you, the Flames are 1-0 on Mondays. Their only other game in the playoffs on a Monday, Game 2 of the second round series against Quebec, which the Flames did win. Looking to equal that here tonight. Blue line, Michael Roosevelt for Wilkes-Barre, skates right down into the far corner. Knocked down by Marty Murray. They get it out front. Tibbets with a chance, just missed there. In the far corner, he'll leave it for Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg has the puck knocked away by Derek Walzer. The fight ensues in behind Martin Brochu. It'll roll up the far side boards. Botterill and Kostopoulos challenge each other there. Sonnenberg and Murray now. Sonnenberg turns at the blue line. In on Brochu, diving save. And Kostopoulos knocked down, making his way to the net. And still, Mike Hassenfratz going to keep that whistle in the pocket for the most part here tonight, it looks like.
Indeed he is, and I guess you don't mind that. I mean, you like to see the games played 5-on-5. You know, the occasional power play obviously is going to take place. But as long as he calls it equal down the middle, you don't mind. You can't have a beef with him. Because he was, at times, very suspect as a referee in this league this year. But maybe he's had a few talking tos, and he realizes the situation here and the time of the year that it is. But St. John now hasn't had a shot on goal, Andy, in well over 7 minutes of playing time here, which is not really their style.
Face-off in Flames territory. Tkachuk and Verreaus. We'll see how the Flames do here. And that one really won by the Penguins. Roosevelt from the blue line. It's knocked down in front. And Chris Clark is going to play it away for the Flames. He comes into the neutral zone. Down the near side wing. Shot on Perrant. That's the first in a while. Beijing steers the rebound towards Perrant, but it was harmless, really. Bonvie off the far side boards. Run by Beijing. Beijing will come up with the puck in the neutral zone. Bonvie wants revenge. Beijing dumps the puck off to Clark. His shot steered away by Perrant. In behind, Tkachuk looking to send it out front. Can't do it on the near side. He's got to go around to the far side. Scoville off the blue line. Into the middle. Darryl Scoville. Bouncing puck, and Daniel Tkachuk knocked down. Kept that. It was Chris Clark. Blatant foul by the Penguins there, and it goes unnoticed by the referee. Now into the neutral zone. The action really heating up here. Beijing from the red line. He'll drive it in. Roosevelt knocks it down, and it'll chase in behind Perrant. Roosevelt ahead on the far side boards to Bonvie. He'll work it ahead, bouncing over the blue line. Flames knock it down. Rico Fata turns, heads the other way. Fata in over the blue line. He's got Kelleher between him and the net. Backhand, loose. Perrant is down, and Dave Roach crashing right in on Rich Perrant. And the scrum ensues. The momentum seeming to shift here. There was a 4 or 5 minute span where the Penguins spent a lot of time inside the flame zone. Well, welcome back to the Wilkes-Barre end of the ice, St. John.
Well, we just said they hadn't had a shot in a while, and then all of a sudden, here comes St. John with a quick 3 shots. Bang, bang, bang. But how about the play of Chris Clark and the non-call by referee Mike Hasenfratz as he continues to let them play? Chris Clark has been roughed up a couple of times here tonight already. He wouldn't want to be in for the night that he looks like he's going to be in for.
6:06 to go, first period. No score. Penguins and Flames, Game 3 of the Calder Cup final. Billy Tibbets, Blair Betts in the face-off circle to Perrant's left. Betts wins it. Plays it back on the blue line. DuPont will dump it into the corner. It'll roll far side. McDonald will get to it. No, Dave Roach saves it. Shot right on Perrant. And he'll hold on to that one with Betts and Pata cruising in the vicinity. 5:56 to go in this first period. No score. Flames and Penguins. Game 3 of the Calder Cup final is right here on Home Hardware. Flames hockey on Country 94.
Bob, now that you have...
Barton here with you this evening from beautiful Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Now, it's the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, but Wilkes-Barre is one separate community, about 65,000 strong. Scranton is another separate community all its own, about 10 miles down Highway 81 here, about 75,000 strong. But the two areas, I guess for tax purposes and for U.S. government funding purposes, have combined to be one big, huge municipality.
Well,
we're seeing a lot of that these days.
You know, it's like Rossay and Quispamsis and everything back home. St. George, I'm sure they're all flipping a little bit of the bill for Harbor Station, the usage and the team and everything like that there, because obviously a lot of the dollars are coming.
5:56 to go. First period, no score between St. John and Wilkes-Barre here. This is Game 3 of the Calder Cup final. Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Marty Murray and Darcy Verreau. And they are going to toss Darcy Verreau from the face-off circle here.
This is the second time tonight that he's got the thumb here.
And that is not a popular decision with the locals. Eric Meloche steps in to battle Marty Murray now. Flames able to control the draw. Marty Murray along the far side boards. Into the middle, trying to turn. Verreau will take the puck away and feed Crozier on the near side boards. From the red line, he dumps the puck in. Brochu out of his net to play it. Mrozik into the far corner. Murray will pick it up there. Skate across his own blue line. He's got some speed. He's got Gaetan Royer with him. Shot just wide on the near side. And DuPont plays it from the blue line in. And that one bounces right off the top of the glass in the near side corner and down into the jam-packed stands to the left of Rich Perrant in the Wilkes-Barre net.
Mickey DuPont and Greg Crozier getting into the little bit of a cross-checking match here in front of the Penguins bench. Good to see Mickey DuPont sticking up here for himself as Crozier giving the stick there, giving the lumber along the blue line to start it all as the puck went out of play.
Face-off coming up just outside, or inside rather, of the Wilkes-Barre blue line. Tibbets and Tkachuk. Tkachuk out there with Bejan and Clark. Tibbets out there with Kostopoulos and Sonnenberg. Tkachuk unable to win that draw. Tibbets pushes it forward. Walzer skating back inside the St. John zone. Sends it ahead on the far side boards. Bejan trying to move it ahead for Tkachuk onto the stick of Michael Roosevelt. Still inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Roosevelt tripped up. Tkachuk in front. Clark scores! Chris Clark! And the Flames lead the hockey game 1-0.
Well, the Penguins weren't able to get the puck out, Andy. Great play by Daniel Tkachuk to keep it in. And Chris Clark right there on the doorstep to bang that one in the net.
Well, the Wilkes-Barre crowd, not exactly silenced here, but they are not very happy, making some noise, but not the noise they wanted to be making, as Chris Clark scores his 4th of the playoffs to put the Flames up 1-0 here. Jim Playfair. There's my auto racing knowledge creeping in. Jim Playfair said that first goal was crucial. His team has it with 5 minutes to go in this first period. They go back to work inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Blair Betts ridden into the boards by Billy Tibbets. Michael Roosevelt loses possession of the puck on the far side boards. Now dumps it the length of the ice. Walzer picks it up inside the St. John zone. Ahead to Dave Roach. Bouncing puck at the blue line. Picked up by Cull. He overskates it, and Tibbets has to rescue that one. Coming back inside the neutral zone. Now the Penguins go inside the zone of the Flames one more time. Martin takes it away, sends it to Fata. Fata ahead to Blair Betts. He has the puck knocked off his stick. Mike Martin will dump it into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Couple of scraps breaking out right in front of the two benches. Roach and Verreau. Monador took a shot from Bonvie, and Tom Kostopoulos is there as well. Penalties for both sides. It looks as though it's going to be Dave Roach and Darcy Verreau heading to the penalty box.
Well, they're mixing it up in front of the bench here, Andy, and I don't know, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins obviously don't like what happened there as St. John gets a quick lead and the crowd quiets down somewhat, not much, but...
Goal scored by number 7, Chris Clark, 4th of the playoffs. An assist to number 10, Daniel Tkachuk, and number 21, Derek Walzer. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 48 seconds.
14:48, the time of that goal. It took them almost a minute on the play clock to bring themselves to announce that first goal scored by the Flames. Clark is 4th of the postseason. Tkachuk and Walzer drawing the assists, and it came off some great work on the far boards just inside the Wilkes-Barre blue line.
Not to take an assist away from Derek Walzer, but I don't think he really deserved one there as the Penguins couldn't get the puck out, and Daniel Tkachuk kept it in. But hey,
face off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Martin Sonnenberg able to win that one away from Marty Murray. Melikar works in behind his own net, sends it to the far corner for Roosevelt. Roosevelt has some trouble with it. Botterill pressuring him. He'll move back in behind Rich Perrant. Now come forward. Feed a pass for Sonnenberg. These two teams playing 4-on-4 with Dave Roach and Darcy Verreau in the penalty box. Steve Monador checked right off the puck by Tom Kostopoulos. Picked up by Sonnenberg. Wrap around, and it comes right across the front of the crease. Melikar a shot. Knocked down by Brochu. Bouncing puck. Steered away by Murray to Botterill. Botterill lead pass for Darryl Scoville. Scoville with Murray. They're in over the blue line. Darryl Scoville works to the near side boards, and he'll touch it into the near side corner. Picked up by Sonnenberg. Murray jumps on top of him. Clark, the goal scorer for the Flames, there as well. He'll work it in behind Clark, trying to center. Melikar will chase it to the near side boards and work forward to the blue line. Lifts a high pass to the far side of the ice. Roosevelt picks it up there, tries to center off the skate of Bejan. He'll come back the other way for the Flames. Just in over the Wilkes-Barre blue line. Now the Penguins come forward. Here comes Billy Tibbets. Over the St. John blue line. Tried to turn his way around Mickey Dupont. Dupont, nice follow. He'll send it back to the blue line. Past Trent Cull. Can Bejan beat Cull? No. Cull will win that foot race and send a pass up to the far side. Kelleher ahead to the blue line of the Flames. Mickey Dupont had it there. Tried to feed Steve Bejan. Trent Cull comes up with it. Brings it off the near side boards into the neutral zone. Dupont. Fata knocked to the ice by Tibbets. Here come the Penguins in over the blue line. Drop past Kelleher. Can't get a shot off as he was tied up. Comes to the near side. Now he shoots. Penalty coming up in front of the Flames net, and it's going to go the Flames way. I think it's going to be Mickey Dupont or Rick Morozic.
Definitely Mickey Dupont, as he had Trent Cull, who's way in front of the net from the defensive position. Throws him down to the ice, and I don't know about this here.
Well, just when you think the Flames are almost owed one after the early penalty to Sergei Varlamov, the Penguins will go on the power play for the second time tonight with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go here in the first period. 1-0, St. John with the lead.
Well, it continues to amaze the way that some of the things that have been let go here, which is fine and dandy, but, I mean, some of the things have just the raping that Chris Clark took down here in the Penguin zone. And then along here, Rico Fata with the definite by, I believe it was Greg Crozier with the interference on Rico Fata, had Ron Wilson up almost on the top of the boards. And Mike Hasenfratz skates down the far side, shaking his head, no, no, no. And then we call what you would consider a cheesy one with some of the things he lets go.
Flames able to control a draw inside their own zone and push it out of the blue line, out over the blue line. Kelleher sending it ahead for Wilkes-Barre. Walser stops that at the blue line. Now Meloche to Peterson. Peterson over the blue line. Shooting glove save, Martin Brochu. That one was going high up over the net anyway, but that looked so pretty.
Well, it was. You didn't know, you can't really tell, obviously, from that point as Martin Brochu goes down on every shot in the butterfly style. It's going high. The puck's going high, and he flashes the mid up to grab it. You always have to do that there, whether it's going wide or not, or high. And it's a good job by Martin Brochu.
2:25 to go here. First period, 1-0 Flames. Man advantage here for another minute 44 for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. They are 0 for 1 on the power play. Face off to Brochu's right, Marty Murray and Toby Peterson. Team skating 5-on-4. Wilkes-Barre with the advantage here. Mike Martin comes up with a puck in his own zone. Can't clear, knocked down by Roosevelt at the blue line. He sends it deep for Meloche. Meloche tries to fight the puck back to the blue line. Kelleher with the shot. That just missed. Now Murray near side. Dumps it out. No. Roosevelt holds at the blue line. Now Crozier. Back to Roosevelt. Back to Crozier. Right on the near side boards. Crozier looking into the middle. Has two Flames. Puck rolls free to Meloche. Meloche trying to center for Peterson. And it rolls to the far side. Kelleher pinches down. High off the glass. Comes right back to Derek Walser. And finally, he'll be able to pound it off the far boards, and that puck will roll right in behind Rich Perron. 1:49 to go in the period. A minute 5 now to go in the man advantage for the Penguins. Michael Roosevelt. Watched by Chris Clark as he comes to the red line. He fires it ahead right onto the stick of Steve Montador, and Montador will send the Penguins scurrying back to their end of the ice. Less than a minute to go in the Mickey DuPont penalty. Trent Cole. See if he can get this started for the Penguins. He feeds Kostopoulos. Rink wide for Melikar. Melikar around Steve Montador. Can't get around Darryl Scoville, though. Gets a shot off. Loose at the side of the net. Comes to the near side boards. Melikar sends it in behind for Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg trying to send it back to the blue line. Kostopoulos fights for it there. Scoville comes up with it, and he will dump it into the neutral zone. 23 seconds to go in the penalty to Mickey DuPont. Melikar moving back in behind his net. Last minute of play here in the first period. Flames up by the score of 1-0. Tibbetts on the far side into the middle for Sonnenberg. Drop pass, and the only one there was Rico Fata. He'll hold on to it, dangerously trying to center it out through the middle. Tibbetts has the puck inside Flames territory. Couldn't get it to Kostopoulos. Blue line, Buckley shot, knocked down at the blue line. Picked up by DuPont. Flames come ahead 3-on-2. DuPont in over the blue line, trying to steer around Cole. Shot, bouncing puck controlled by Tibbetts and moved in behind. Now he'll send it ahead to Sonnenberg. Sonnenberg skates into the neutral zone. He's been on the ice a while, so he'll just throw it at Martin Brochu. Rick Moroza comes up with a rebound. Oh, and who was that dumped in behind the play? That was Tom Kostopoulos, and the boos come out here, but Mike Hasenfratz, the referee, watches that one go by, as he has with a number of offenses the Penguins have laid on the Flames. We're in the last 10 seconds here. And Dennis Blondby is just going to kill these final few seconds off with the puck in behind Rich Perron. And the Flames are going to go to the dressing room after one period of play with a 1-0 lead. And Chris Barton, maybe not the period that Jim Playfair wanted, but definitely the outcome that Jim Playfair wanted.
Well, it's definitely the outcome he wanted, was to score first. But there was periods of the period where St. John did play well. I mean, early on, they were all over the Penguins. And then for that little short time there with about the last... from 5 minutes to the 2-minute mark, they had a pretty good opportunity, quite a few good opportunities there, as they do win the shot battle in the first period, 13-12. But Martin Brochu, you know, nothing really big stops that he really had to make, but he stopped everything that did come his way, and that's what you ask, and he's looking pretty sharp here so far tonight.
You said something interesting early in this period. You talked about Chris Clark and the way he was being manhandled by the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. You said you wouldn't want to be him with the evening that he's in for. Pretty deserving then that he gets the goal that has the Flames up 1-0 here.
Oh, absolutely too. And you know, that's what you come to expect from Chris Clark. I mean, he comes to the rink every night and bangs and crashes, and he'll fight and do whatever he has to do, you know, to help the team. And he was getting roughed up by a number of players, Greg Crozier, Dennis Bombi, you name the Penguins, and they were all over them, all over Chris Clark, and you make yourself wonder why there weren't a couple of penalties called in favor of the St. John Flames, just for them alone. But then, you know, good work pays off at the turnover by the Penguins, and Daniel Tkachuk keeps the puck in along the play, or along the boards, over the far boards, and he comes to the net, and Chris Clark's there right for the rebound, and puts it right in the net, and, you know, he does everything so well all the time, Chris Clark, and, you know, he's the unsung hero of this hockey team so far in the playoffs. I mean, Steve Bégin has had a good playoff, but Chris Clark would get my vote in that category.
And Martin Brochu equally as impressive in the Flames net. He has turned aside all 12 shots the Wilkes-Barre Penguins have put on the Flames net.
Definitely, and that's what he has to do. I mean, there was talk that Martin Brochu may have been a little bit shaky in the third period the other night, but you can say some of that was because you really didn't have much action all night long.
And welcome back to the studio. After 20 minutes of play, the St. John Flames have a 1-0 lead over the Wilkes-Barre Penguins. Steve, we talked about it in the pregame. Bang, crash, go to the net.
Yeah.
Good things will happen, and so they did.
I thought it was 3 different periods. What I saw, the Flames came out guns a-smoking, and they did what we talked about. They went to the net, worked the boards hard, and the Penguins seemed nervous. They seemed very nervous, and even the pucks that Rich Perron stopped, he seemed a little unsure of himself. There was kind of a mirrored image of what the Flames did in the first game, of course, when the Penguins scored at 19 seconds in. But give credit to the Flames. They came at them as hard as they could, and lo and behold, 7-8 minutes into the first period, you know, things started turning around, and the Penguins started bouncing back. They did the things that we expected the Flames to, and that is send some traffic in front of Martin Brochu, and they played very, very aggressive. Mike Martin certainly had his hands full in front, and once again, and Derek Walser and Mickey Dupont have had very good years. They can't be expected to muscle some of these guys out front, and Tibbetts went to the front. Verreau was in front of the net all the first period, but and then the Flames once again bounced back, started picking things up with about 7-8 minutes left, getting some shots on, and they started getting very aggressive. Chris Clark, very good goal. Great play by Daniel Tkachuk to keep it in. Bégin and Tkachuk along the boards and keeping it in. Tkachuk fishing it off to Chris Clark, who, as Chris Barton said, has played very well so far in the series.
Absolutely. And again, after 20 minutes of play, the St. John Flames with a 1-0 lead over the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. We'll be right back after this short message. Welcome back. After 20 minutes of play, as we said, the St. John Flames have a 1-0 lead over the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And of course, we just want to touch on something that's near and dear to everybody. Rogers Cable has supported Child Find for the past 11 years and is proud to continue their support into the future. We are wearing these green ribbons as a sign of support to raise awareness for Child Find. Obviously a great cause, great to see an organization like Rogers to be behind that and supporting something.
Kudos to Rogers, absolutely.
Absolutely. And I guess we don't want to gripe on officials out there, but Mike,
I do.
Mike Hasenfratz, he looks like he's out of a bad episode of Seinfeld. Like, no soup for this guy. Where's he been all night?
He's just playing bad, and once again, he was up. He did the first game, and he just seems out of position. We noticed that the other night quite a bit. The guy's not the best skater. But really, instead of picking at the little things, let's go right to the big things. Absolutely missed a couple of muggings. One on Rico Fata, I couldn't believe. Varlamov was getting hacked and whacked throughout the first period in front. And, I mean, this guy is missing a lot of penalties as far as the Flames are concerned. And the penalty on Mickey Dupont, really. Mickey Dupont just trying to get positioning on the Penguin player. And I didn't see anything. As a matter of fact, after Brochu made the save, you know, that's when a supposed infraction was incurred. But boy, let's talk about what happened in front of that net. There was a lot of traffic. Let's give some credit to Martin Brochu. Played a very, very good period.
He did.
The glove was working, and I said it before, this guy needed to get away from Harbor Station. He's in Pennsylvania, and he's doing very well. And the Flames need good goaltending. This guy was the American Hockey League most valuable player last year with the Portland Pirates, and he did it all himself down there. And this is the type of goaltending that the Flames need from this guy, and he's giving it to them tonight. Very good. Looks very confident. A shot that was going way over the net at the end basically stuck the glove up, and being goaltenders, you and I know that if you can pick stuff off like that, basically just automatically the confidence is there, and this guy has it tonight. He's looking very good.
Yes, the Flames were out shooting the Penguins 7-0 before the Penguins got their first shot on net, and again he was tested with a big glove hand. We're going to have an opportunity though to see the Flames goal. We've got a replay coming up on that, and again, they gave the assist to Walser at the point there, but it looked like Bejan kept the puck in. It did.
Bejan was up against the boards with a Wilkes-Barre player, and Daniel Tkachuk kind of pinched in a little bit more. I'm not sure who it was. Might have been Roosevelt, the wrong side, but Daniel Tkachuk picked the puck up, skated in, dumped it off to Clark, and what a great play. There's Chris Clark taking out that defenseman. Good dump off by Daniel Tkachuk, and Chris Clark going to the net. Chris Spartan alluded to it in the radio broadcast that this guy has been doing that all series, and very, very aggressive player. No doubt we'll see Chris Clark in the NHL. Calgary has some big plans for him, but a good job by the Flames once again creating the turnovers, and that's what this team is all about. That's what this team has done so well throughout most of the year. Created turnovers, a little pressure on the defense, make them cough it up, and by good team speed but very aggressive forechecking, they make that goal happen.
Yeah, and of course the Flames going to the net tonight. We talked about the pregame.
Yeah,
get in Perron's face. Now there's a case on the first goal there. Slid it through the 5-hole. He seemed to hold on to the puck long enough, opened him up as he was coming across,
good point.
And slid it in. We've watched Perron in the first 2 games really take away that bottom of the net. Maybe there's something there. You can only hope so. It can lead to others.
Basically almost a 2-on-none, Davey, but Perron was thinking that one out, as you say, and you know, a good play by Chris Clark of sliding that through, and that is where this guy Perron usually is strong, but good job by Clark and Flames jumping, and that's a big lead. Flames 9-0, as you alluded to in the pregame. 9 games they've won when they score first.
Let's hope it's 10-0.
Let's keep it going.
I guess, you know, speaking about finding children, well, obviously we found Craig Button tonight. Apparently, he is in the building.
I knew we were going to get to that eventually. And let's
he never showed his face in St. John, but apparently Craig Button is in the building in Wilkes-Barre. This would be his first playoff game he's caught this year. Team's been out. Like, you know, I guess Calgary's been kind of eliminated since training camp, other than helping on his golf game.
The Pumpkins were on the porches there, and Kennedy said, yeah.
But where's he been all this time?
Well, this is really, personally, I think it's a very bad situation. This guy, you know, you can look at the Benoit Gratton situation and some of the other things that have gone throughout the year, but Craig Button just hasn't seemed to show any interest in the St. John Flames. Now, I imagine there's been lots of conversations between him and Jim Playfair, and yeah, his brother Todd Button is head of scouting for Calgary, and he'll maybe catch the odd game, but he himself should have been in St. John, and I really don't understand it. They said he was in scouting meetings. Yeah, he's the head guy. He decides how the schedule is for the scouting meetings. Give me a break.
We've got lots of hotels and convention centers in St. John to hold a meeting like this.
We'll give you the Air Canada ticket number if you need.
Folks at the Delta can help.
He should have been here, and the fact of the matter, he wasn't. He is in Wilkes-Barre tonight, evaluating the talent. There are some things that are going to happen at the end of the year. Derek Walser, Scoville, probably gone from this team. They weren't offered contracts by Calgary, and there is going to be lots of player movement. There is a pretty good core of individuals down here, and Calgary likes to build within. They don't like to trade. They don't like to sign free agents. So it'll be interesting to see who stays and who goes with this hockey team this year.
With Calgary not making the playoffs for another season, trying to sell 14,000 season tickets.
We talked to Dan Strukel on that the other night.
Absolutely. I got to think, if you're scouting the junior ranks right now, that players are 2 and 3 years away, these prospects, if I'm a fan in Calgary, give it to me now.
Yeah.
Get me this team. This is a Calder Cup team down here. Get me some of these guys up here next year. Make a signing. Get into the free agent market. You know, there was some positive talk on the Stillman trade at our last game there, and I was kind of shaking my head going, what side of the table were you sitting on? Obviously, Calgary's.
I was very surprised in that trade. I mean, we don't want to, this is, you know, St. John Flames were in a Calder Cup run. We don't want to be all negative on this, but so we're talking about the organization. Yeah, the Corey Stillman move was absolutely a horrendous deal. We had the general manager, Larry Plow, on one of our broadcasts, and he'd love to play cards with Craig Button. But really the bottom line is there's some talent here. There is some talent in Calgary. That team has a long ways to go, really, to make a consistent run at the playoffs. Their goaltending, I mean, why sign Mike Vernon? Where are you building with that? He was good in his day, but I don't think he did the job this year. But regardless of that, we've got a 1-0 Flames lead here, and this is a pretty good hockey game so far.
Absolutely. Again, after 20 minutes of play, the St. John Flames with a 1-0 lead over the Wilkes-Barre Penguins. We'll be right back after this message on Rogers TVNB. And welcome back to the studio again after 20 minutes of play. Chris Clark puts the Flames ahead at a first goal at 14:48. Something we're not used to seeing. Lots of shots and almost even 13-12 for the Flames, outshooting the Penguins in that period. It was a good period of hockey. Didn't seem that there was that many shots. But again, like you said, there was almost 3 periods there. The first 5 minutes for the Flames, a bit of a lull where the Penguins brought it in, and then the Flames following it up from there.
I like what the Flames did later on in the period. They seemed to kind of get focused again, and once again, the center iceman. You know, we talked about the important aspects of a hockey game, and the face-offs are so important. Blair Betts has been doing a heck of a job, and the first game, of the 3 goals, 2 were scored right off the face-off. Derek Walser and Mickey Dupont's goals by Daniel Tkachuk on the assist. And I think that's very important in this period, that the center icemen get the face-offs. Play well down low, we know that, use their speed, but getting the face-offs is total control, and that's what the Flames have to do. Daniel Tkachuk doing a good job, but Blair Betts, there's a big surprise this year. I like what he's done this year. He's had a very good game. He's kind of a find for the Flames. They really didn't know what to expect from this guy coming out of junior. Nelson White told us all about him. He liked him a lot, but he's really come along this year.
Yeah, and again, we're heading, as we get ready to head to the second period of play, Flames want to continue crashing, banging, going to the front of the net.
Sure.
Test Perron, 13 shots obviously in that period. You're going to keep going to him and maybe starting to open up the middle ice now. Penguins play that trap. They come at you when you come out of your end, but the Flames have been successful carrying the puck out of their end and either looking for the pass or dumping it in and getting right onto the defenseman.
We saw Rico Fata the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game show some good bursts of speed down the right wing, and I think they have to have him going. Certainly Chris Clark has got great speed, and the defense can move it up. You also saw Walser 2 minutes into the game moving up. So once again, team speed, very good, very important this period for the Flames.
Absolutely. We get ready for the second period of action where, again, the Flames hold a 1-0 lead over the Wilkes-Barre Penguins. We're heading back to Wilkes-Barre to Andy Campbell up in the broadcast booth.
2-0 and then see where it goes from there. But everybody has their own job that they have to do, and that's the most important part.
The teams are on the ice, getting set for period number 2 as they entertain us all with Ron Wilson's theme song, Who Let the Dog Out. Want to pass along a hello from Peter McGuire of the Telegraph Journal-Times Globe staff. Wanted me to say hi to Leona Duffley and Claire Walsh, both from Renforth. Peter tells me they are rabid St. John fans and avid listeners here to Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94.
And then once again, Donnie Miles of Home Hardware in Grand Bay asked me to pass along a hello to his mother, Hilda Miles, 87 years old, sitting at home listening tonight, and his mother-in-law, Laurel Maffett, 89 years old, sitting at home listening tonight.
Gotta love the audience. Marty Murray and Martin Sonnenberg at center ice. Period number 2 is underway. Penguins control the opening draw. They'll move it down the far side boards as they work left to right in front of us this period. Flames try to control on the far side boards. A drive from Kelleher off the blue line just missed, and Kostopoulos was moving in front. Now the Flames bank the puck into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Kelleher ridden off the puck by Botterill. They'll play it back around in behind the goal. Kostopoulos finds it. Comes forward to the blue line. Passes ahead for Sonnenberg, and a couple of sticks come together there, and Martin Sonnenberg driven into the Wilkes-Barre bench almost by Derek Walser.
And then Sonnenberg goes back and says something. I don't know what exactly he would have said to Derek Walser, but nothing but a big smile and a laugh came from number 21 in black. And Sonnenberg's still looking around trying to get his head back on straight here. It was a big hit.
That was a big hit, but it did take place right in front of the Wilkes-Barre bench, and so it might have looked a little more dramatic than it actually would have if it was up against some of the glass here. Face off outside of the Flames blue line. Kachuk, Darcy, Verreau. And they try this a second time, can't get it done. Bonvie and Bejan tie him, not even ready as they then drop the puck. Verreau wins it back. Trent Cull, long drive in. Brochu looked like he had trouble with that one, being able to steer it to the far corner. Up on the far boards, Clark. There's the puck taken away from him by Dennis Bonvie. And Bonvie will be stripped of the puck by Steve Monador and Daniel Kachuk. Kachuk up the far side boards. Cull at the blue line. Shot off the side of the net. Monador picks it up, comes near side. Banks it off the glass on the near side. Ahead to Daniel Kachuk. Kachuk reaching out for that puck in the neutral zone. Can't do anything with it as he crosses the blue line. Clark comes over to help out, takes a hit. Roosevelt comes up with the puck, moves it in behind. Delayed penalty coming up against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And it's going to be a roughing call going, I believe, Trent Cull's way.
Well, he definitely roughed up Chris Clark along the boards, Andy. Once again, here's Chris Clark getting hammered again, and pounded, and but a good job by Chris Clark as he still ended up finding a man coming down the far wing with a pass.
So the Flames go on the power play for the first time in the hockey game. They're effective 29.5% of the time on the man advantage in this postseason. 23 power play goals. That leads the American Hockey League. They've got those 23 goals on 73 man advantage opportunities. Roughing the call against Trent Cull. And the Flames with their first man advantage of the evening. They'll face off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Marty Murray wins the draw, not able to control it. Sonnenberg pushes it into the neutral zone. Scoville racing back. He'll move in behind Brochu. Scoville with some speed under the blades. Across the red line into Wilkes-Barre territory. Right in. Backhand just misses on the near side. Up on the near side boards. Penguins will bring it forward. Here's Tom Kostopoulos. Sergei Varlamov, the lone man back. Kostopoulos gets the shot off. It looks as though Varlamov got a high stick up on Kostopoulos at some point. No whistle on the play after Brochu made the stop. Marty Murray working the puck into the Penguin zone. Takes a hit from Kelleher in the far corner. Varlamov back on the blue line. Feeds Walzer. Walzer into the middle. Shooting. Knocked down in front. Roach takes a whack at it. Loose at the side. And Rich Perron finds it. In a position on his derriere. Able to control the puck in the gaggle of players in front. And a close call for the Penguins.
Well, Derek Walzer putting one on net there, and in that gaggle of players is number 3, Steve Monador, a guy that you wouldn't expect to see down in there. Definitely Steve Monador, Dave Roach, the whole crew of them are in there banging and crashing, getting all sorts of traffic in front of Rich Perron.
Face-off coming up inside the Wilkes-Barre zone to the right of goalie Rich Perron. Daniel Kachuk, Martin Sonnenberg. Sticks are down. Chuck able to win some of that draw. Sonnenberg pushes it back to the blue line. Mickey Dupont. He'll get into the middle, shoot, loose in front. Penguins will clear it away and right out of the zone. Brochu into the near corner inside the St. John zone to play that puck for Dupont. Less than a minute to go in the man advantage. Dupont rifles that puck in. It'll find its way to the near corner. Roosevelt sends it from Melikar in behind. And now Kostopoulos will send off the far side boards and down into the St. John zone. Brochu having some trouble with it. The pressure by Toby Peterson. Now Bejan to the blue line. Knocked back out over the blue line as the puck. Walzer on the far side avoids a hit from Jason McDonald, fellow Maritimer. McDonald, though, comes up with a puck. Bejan steals it away. Moves back inside the Flame zone. 20 seconds to go in the man advantage. And Jason McDonald causing all kinds of havoc. Now Bonvie trying to do the same. 3 Maritimers in there and only one of them a Flame. He comes up to the puck. Walzer moves it forward. Here's Bejan to the red line with Varlamov over the blue line. A weak shot was off its mark. Kelleher will pick it up in the far corner, and the Penguins are back at full strength as Dennis Bonvie comes to the neutral zone. Oh, a pass for Sergei Varlamov was just inches in behind him. Mike Martin back inside St. John territory for Marty Murray ahead on the far boards. Varlamov. Varlamov will lift the backhand into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Botterill will chase. Puck rolls free for Alexander Mathieu. Into the far corner he goes, hounded by Marty Murray. Puck rolls free. Melikar tried to play it out. On the far side boards, Mathieu will finally finish that job. Melikar to Bonvie over the red line. Bonvie into St. John territory. Puck rolls away from him. Martin to the near corner. He feeds Botterill, and Botterill sends a pass ahead for Marty Murray. The Flames captain skates to the red line and dumps the puck into Wilkes-Barre territory. Bouncing puck picked up by Joseph Melikar. Melikar has to kick it ahead. Can't get it out over the blue line. Dave Roach from Rico Petta. Roach with a shot right on Perrant. And he'll hold on to that one with Roach moving toward the net. And Blair Betts already there. 16 minutes to go in this second period. We've played 4 full minutes of the second. And still the score. St. John 1. Wilkes-Barre nothing.
Well, Rich Perrant there had a little bit of trouble keeping a hold of that puck. Finally did get a hold of it, Andy. But it's good to see Dave Roach is crashing into the net, and he's not taking any of the foolishness from the Penguins. In return, he's giving it just as much as he's taking it. He keeps getting pressure on Rich Perrant, and he's just like any other goalie. He's not going to like it too much.
Face-off coming up inside the Wilkes-Barre zone to the right, to the left of Perrant, Sonnenberg and Betts. Flames win the draw. Monador, blue line, shot, save, rebound in front. Fata couldn't tip the one-timer from Roach. Into the near side corner. They battle for that puck. Betts will win that battle. Skate in behind Perrant. He's tied up there. Bouncing puck off the side of the net. Off the back of the net now. Pushed into the far corner. Fata on the boards. Monador holds it at the blue line. Shot, pad save, Perrant. Kick to the near side. And the Penguins will relieve some big-time pressure inside their zone as Monador races back, touches up. That'll be icing against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And man advantage or no man advantage, the Flames are content on working the pressure game here early in this period.
Well, 7 shots on goal early on in the second period. Not quite 5 minutes into the second period, Andy. And the pressure, like you say, they're sending the pressure in, and it's up to the Penguins to be able to withstand the pressure as they did early in the first period. St. John had heavy pressure, and then you've seen the Penguins come back with the pressure, and that's just the way that it's going to be, obviously.
5:15:32 to go. Second period, 1-0. St. John with the lead. Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Tibbetts and Tkachuk. Tkachuk wins it back. Rick Mrozik loads, fakes the shot, sends it into the corner for Tkachuk. Tkachuk looking out front. Tibbetts knocks him off the puck. Able to kick it forward. Morgan is there. Morgan planted into the ice by Joseph Melikar. Royer picks up the puck and moves in behind Perrant to the far corner. They kick that puck up the far boards. Morgan comes over, see if he can help out. Tibbetts finds the puck and pushes it out over the blue line. Royer skating past it. The Flames have to gain an onside here. Now the Penguins work the puck into the Flames zone. And back out into the neutral zone comes the puck. Jason Morgan has been de-helmeted. Gaetan Royer delivering a big hit on one of the Penguins there. Penguins from their own zone now. Roosevelt to the red line around Sergei Varlamov. Trying to work it into the middle. 4 dark jerseys there. They're all Flames. Roosevelt continuing up the far side boards. Back to the blue line. Call. Shooting. Knocked down in front. Loose at the side of the net. And they're waving it off. Martin Brochu somehow has it. He's curled up. Facing into the net. Facing the end boards. Fans in behind that net. Down to our right. That thought maybe that the Penguins had been able to push the puck over the goal line. But that does not appear to be the case.
Well, Tom Kostopoulos and Billy Tibbetts definitely right in the face of Martin Brochu as the shot comes from the point from Trent Cull. They're doing exactly what Dave Roach and Chris Clark and Steve Bejean are doing to Rich Perrant. They're getting some pressure in front of Martin Brochu. But the crowd behind the net was all up. I thought the puck was going into the net, but no, Mike Hasenprats gets into the right position and blows it dead. And remarkably, Brochu gets a hold of that biscuit.
14:32, the time remaining. Period number 2. 1-0. St. John with the lead. Face off inside the Flame zone. Betts and Verreau. They tie that right up on the red dot in the face-off circle there. Flames play it away. Up over their blue line. Roach with a lead pass for Rico Fata. Those two can't connect. Penguins pick it up, come the other way. Roach knocks down a pass, sends it ahead to Fata. Flames going right back the Wilkes-Barre way. Rico Fata knocked down and the puck knocked away. Derek Walser holds it at the blue line. Shot off the stick of Rich Perrant. Off the knob of the stick almost. Poked away from Darcy Verreau in the neutral zone. Fata turns the pass ahead for Roach, and all he can do is dump the puck into the Penguins zone. Call out from in behind the Penguins net. to Mathieu down the far side boards. Bejan lays a hit on him. Here come the Flames, right back the other way. Daniel Tkachuk leading the charge. Fakes the shot, tries to go around Roosevelt. Can't. Melange picks up the puck. He takes a hit from Bejan. Mathieu to the blue line. Carries the puck in. His shot off the leg of one of the Flames defensemen, and the St. John attack works its way back down the ice into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Tkachuk off the far boards, turns one to the net. Bejan in front, loose at the side. Clark takes a whack at it, and then is bowled down right on top of Rich Perron, and it's the Flames who are going to be penalized here as Darryl Scoville touches up. Chris Clark was nailed right down on top of Rich Perron, and it's Chris Clark who remarkably is going to get the penalty. I cannot believe this.
Well, once again, Chris Clark's taking a beating here, Andy. And that's, once again, you shake it. Obviously, they're going to call it interference, probably goalie interference, but I don't know. It's pretty tough to get called. I don't understand how you can call goalie interference when you're getting cross-checked into the goaltender.
Unreal the way that Mike Ossenfratz is seeing parts of this game, but we do defer to him. He is the man with the orange stripes, and he is in charge of the proceedings on the ice. 13-17 to go, second period. Flames with a 1-0 lead, but they'll be forced to kill yet another penalty when we return. This is Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94.
Getting ready for...
Well, not exactly at this moment. First Union Arena in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Roughing the call on Chris Clark, and he is off for 2 minutes. The Flames will be forced to kill here. And they'll have to begin the kill inside their own zone. Face off just over their blue line. Sonnenberg and Betts lining up for that right now. Betts wins the draw. Mickey Dupont banks the puck off the boards on the near side, and it'll roll the length of the ice. Rich Perron juggling that puck in behind. Now Tibbetts up the near side wing. Into the middle. With some speed across the St. John blue line. Puck rolls free of him. And Betts gobbles it up. Sends it to the blue line. Fata helps it out over the blue line. And Michael Roosevelt tracks it down at the Wilkes-Barre blue line. Cross-ice pass intended for Kostopoulos. Will bounce back to Roosevelt. Botterill creating some pressure. Knocks it down in the slot. What can he do with it? Not much. As Kelleher picks it up and works down the far side ahead to Sonnenberg near side. Sonnenberg trying to get around Rick Mrozik. Mrozik will just push him into the boards in the corner. Puck rolls free. Sonnenberg collects it up. Pushes it ahead to Kostopoulos. Back to the blue line now. Roosevelt looks in. Feeds Kelleher. Kelleher's shot knocked down in front. And they whistle it down right away. Brochu got on top of that puck. But the Wilkes-Barre fans here say that whistle blew a little earlier. Doesn't make any difference, Chris Barton, because Martin Brochu found that puck even after the whistle had blown.
Well, he was square to the puck, and he square to the shooter, and that's what he has to do despite the traffic, but it went right straight through. It's interesting, the talk in the hockey world these days is about these new Easton one-piece sticks, $250 jobs, and Chris Kelleher just puts it to good use there. As Curtis Joseph had said, it adds just a normal man shot like an Al McGinnis shot, and he just blasted that one there with the new Easton stick.
Synergy is what they're named. Here's Kelleher on the blue line one more time. He'll defer to Toby Peterson. Peterson looks in, moves down the near side board. Centers. Bejan trying to knock that away from Roosevelt, able to kick it out over the blue line. We've got less than a minute to go in this Penguins power play. Peterson near side. He'll dump the puck into the St. John zone. They fight for it out of the far corner, and Brochu gets down on top of it at the side of the net. And then Crozier having to deal with Daniel Tkachuk almost coming over the top on him.
Just a meeting of the minds there, Andy, as the fans really aren't liking this here, as Daniel Tkachuk really took a, you call maybe a liberty, Greg Crozier. But one more point back to them hockey sticks. You got two guys on the Penguins that are using them, Billy Tibbetts Chris Kelleher, and on the St. John Flames, the only guy that's really used one at all in practice is Mikko Alomo, and he is really obviously not going to have a chance to use it this year. But
still he protects those with his life.
But Jamie Druitt's got about half a dozen of them stuffed away in the equipment room down there, though.
Very meeting them out with an eyedropper, so to speak. Flames drive the puck the length of the ice on a face-off, or off a face-off, rather, inside their own zone. Mellicar leaves it for Peterson. Peterson gains his own blue line. Speedy over the St. John blue line. Works the puck off the end boards. It'll roll free. In behind, they poke at it. It'll come up the near side boards to Trent Cull. He works it to Meloche. Meloche trying to play it deep into the corner. Can't. Walzer comes up with it, dumps it the length of the ice. 15 seconds to go in the Penguins' man advantage. Joseph Mellicar taking a moment in behind Rich Perron. To Cull. Drop pass from Mathieu. Mathieu dumps it near corner inside the St. John zone. Penalty has expired. Chris Clark out of the box. He's going to get to that puck in the near side, far side corner, trying to center for Bejan. Couldn't. Puck will roll up the near side boards. Darcy Verreault takes over. Puck will roll to Scoville in the neutral zone. He'll lift it high. It'll be knocked down by Brendan Buckley. Buckley with some trouble. Mathieu playing it back to Trent Cull. He'll snap it off the near side boards. Bejan will knock it down. Flames go into the zone. Clark, far side, shooting, glove, save, Rich Perron. And that was a beauty a la Martin Brochu late in the first period.
Well, Dennis Bonnavy's just going nuts here that there's no penalty called on Daniel Tkachuk, who definitely came in and gave Perron a little bit of the stick.
I don't know how the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins or their fans can really complain about the way this game is being officiated.
Well, no, I don't understand that. I mean, the few St. John fans that we see up top there, they have a right to have a beef, but, you know, what are you going to do? I mean, it's the way the game's being called. There's not much you can do about it. Just live with it and kill off the penalties or the power play situations. You just have to kill them off as you go.
Face-off inside the Penguin zone. Tibbets and Murray. Murray able to win that draw. Tibbets just falls right on top of Murray there to neutralize the Flames center. Now Varlamov working in behind. Tibbets just holds him up against the glass. Delivers a shot to the back of the head. Knocks the helmet off the Ukrainian. Business continued to be delivered by Tibbets, and now he's right on top. And Tibbets is going to draw a penalty here. And now the cat calls and the boos come down from the fans here at the First Union Arena. Why is my question. Why? Billy Tibbets deserved that 30 seconds ago.
Look at him, and this is what everyone says about Billy Tibbets. He's a hothead, to say the least, with his past and all. I mean, yeah, he was 17 years old. He's 24 or so now. Look at him. He's acting as if, how could he not call that penalty? I mean, like you say, Andy, I mean, if you're keeping score at home, I mean, what is it, 4-1 now? 4-2 now in the power play department. You know, and obviously, look, Tibbets still, look at him. This is actually comical.
Fans here in Wilkes-Barre may be enjoying this product that has been displayed to them this season and last season. They may be enjoying AHL hockey, but I think they still have a thing or two to learn about the game of hockey. Face-off inside the Penguin zone. Flames with the man advantage. Marty Murray and Martin Sonnenberg. Murray wins the draw. They'll get it back to Walzer on the blue line. He'll feed Scoville near side into the middle for Walzer. His shot right on Perron. Loose in front. Dave Roach can't find it. They push it to the near side into the corner. Murray scoots there to pick up the puck. He'll play it back along the blue line. He'll feed Derek Walzer on the far side boards. Walzer comes near side. Scoville bouncing puck, had to knock it down. Tried to turn it toward the net. Roach in front, knocks it down. Walzer backhand, just missed on the far side. Varlamov in behind, gets the business from Brendan Buckley. Now Murray feeds Walzer. Walzer looks in. He'll move back to the blue line. Skate into the middle, shot, and that's going to get off a stick or off a body part and out of play over on the far side and in behind Rich Perron to his left.
Well, good pressure here by St. John. They're moving the puck around well. Derek Walzer really was running out of real estate there, so he had to do something, so he fires it towards the net. We're having a discussion here as to where the faceoff should be. It should be just a normal faceoff in the Penguin zone. But it's going to be out above the circle. No, just inside the faceoff circle as the puck deflected off the body in the slot of, I believe it was Trent Cull.
9:49 to go in this second period. Flames still up by the score of 1-0. They're working on the power play for the next minute 21. Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Off the center of the face-off circle to the left, right of Rich Perrant. DuPont takes the feed from Tkachuk off the drop. Feeds Monador far side. Shot scores! Steve Monador was tipped in front. Might have been Danny Tkachuk. But nonetheless, the Flames have a 2-0 lead.
Well, the power play, that's when you have the power play, you want it to work. And Steve Monador, look at Billy Tibbets. Look at this. He's going right back there. I think Mike Hasenfrat's going to send him right back over there. Look. Said Tibbets isn't going to show me up. Definitely, it looks like it could be. But Steve Monador with the shot from the point, and definitely, I believe it was Daniel Tkachuk who deflected that puck. He was high in the slot and put it behind Rich Perrant into the top corner.
Took them a while to announce the last goal call, so we may be waiting for this information for a while. Here it is.
Goal scored by number 10, Daniel Tkachuk. His 7th of the playoffs. An assist to number 3, Steve Montador. And number 14, Mickey DuPont. The time, 10 minutes, 16 seconds.
A power play goal at 10:16. Tkachuk gets the tip of the Steve Montador point shot, and it finds its way past Rich Perrant. Flames up 2-0. Montador and DuPont with the assists there. And Billy Tibbets remains on the Penguins bench. No penalty called there, as Chris Barton thought there might be, but both teams back 5-on-5. Here's Melikar with a drive. That's wide of the St. John net. Into the near corner. Betts whacking it forward. Roach sends it into the neutral zone. It bounces there to Dennis Bonvie. Bonvie rifles it high up over the glass and out of play. That one was cruising dangerously up over the glass on the far side.
Well, back to the Billy Tibbets there. I seen him coming out of the box just screaming, because I had wondered what his reaction would be if St. John was to have scored a power play goal. And definitely he was screaming and hollering there, and Mike Hasenfratz was literally chasing him back to the bench, and I seen him point back towards the penalty box, so I thought that he was going to go back probably for a 10 or a deuce for unsportsmanlike or something, but obviously not. He sits on the bench.
9:13 to go, second period. The Flames up by the score of 2-0, thanks to a Daniel Tkachuk goal here in the second. This is Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94. With you tonight from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Flames up 2-0. 9:13 to go in the second period. Face-off coming up inside the neutral zone. For those of you watching this game at home, we understand it's being carried on TVNB, thanks to the people at Fox Sportsnet down here in Wilkes-Barre. We hope what you've done is turned down the sound on your TV and turned up the sound on your radio.
Well, that would be the smart thing to do. Why would you want to listen to Tom Grace, as I had the luxury of doing not very happily on Thursday night in Game 1.
Now. Here come the Flames. Up over the blue line. And a penalty going to be called. Looks like it's going Jason Botterill's way. He got in front of Eric Meloche, and Mike Hasenfratz pretty quick with that whistle. And that is going to put the Penguins on the power play for the second time in this period, fourth time in this hockey game.
Well, right in front of the bench, Andy, obviously, Jason Botterill, I mean, this is a good call. It was definitely interference, as the puck was nowhere near the Penguin player. So now they're back to the point now where they have to kill another penalty. The power play opportunity for the Penguins, and wouldn't say they've had really much success moving the puck at all in the power play.
Face off in the neutral zone starts this penalty kill for the Flames. They are perfect thus far. Penguins 0 for 3 with the man advantage. Toby Peterson looking for a lead pass for Eric Meloche. And Mickey Dupont will touch up. They thought it was going to be an icing call. It goes unnoticed. Now on the blue line, Michael Roosevelt to Kelleher. The Flames bench up in arms. Peterson back to Kelleher. He'll fire it towards the net. Kosher kicked it out. Kelleher, a blast wide. Fata into the far corner to challenge Roosevelt. Able to win that challenge. Here's Milosh into the slot. Pad save from Brochu on a blistering shot from Eric Milosh. Milosh on the near side boards has the puck roll free. Mike Martin checked that. Mrozik can't find it. They'll play it to the far side into the corner. Roosevelt and Fata. Dupont crash there. Milosh working the blue line here. Will feed Roosevelt. Watched by Fata. Back to Milosh. Milosh loads, fires, scores.
And all this comes, Andy, when it should have been an icing call, should have been made. As the Penguins dumped the puck in there on the hard shot in, hoping that the far winger could get in and get that puck. But no, Mickey Dupont's the first one, and Joe, so as you can see, Chris Clark's talking to Joe Andrews here now, or Joe Ross and Perry Hennenberg. They totally had their minds mixed up on that one there. Perry Hennenberg's over here laying along the boards beside us with his arm up, waiting to call the icing penalty, and Joe Ross over there decides not to call it. He was in perfect position to see Mickey Dupont touch the puck. What are you going to do? And St. John couldn't get the puck out, and hence the goal on the power play.
And Wilkes-Barre's first Union Arena is alive. And the cheering continues even after the play ensues. Dennis Bonby dumps the puck in on Martin Brochu. Flames still lead. The score now 2-1 in their favor. Bonby into the neutral zone, kicks the puck away from Daniel Tkachuk. Chris Clark chasing down Joseph Melekar inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Melekar off the near side boards. Thought he cleared it. It was off one of the braces in the glass and came right back toward his own net.
Play goal scored by number 72, Eric Milosh. His sixth of the playoffs with an assist to number 28, Michael Roosevelt. And number 37, Greg Crozier.
Crozier and Melekar assisting on Milosh's goal. Some action inside the St. John zone, and Martin Brochu able to make a nifty save as that announcement being made. Steve Matador racing inside the St. John zone, and finally they'll get an icing call to go their way, but Wilkes-Barre has cut into the St. John lead here. 2-1 now. The Flames continue to lead, and the crowd with some inspiration now with that goal, really getting back into this hockey game. And now Jim Playfair taking up the discussion with Mike Hassenfratz in regards to whether or not that was icing.
Absolutely, Andy. I mean, you don't like to make a call on the officials. People had said, oh, you're hard on the officials, you're hard on the officials. But you have to be hard on the officials when they absolutely blow a call that leads, especially that leads to a goal. Now, it'll be interesting to see if this ends up coming back to hurt the St. John Flames in the long run. That was definitely, and here you can see Darryl Scoville's talking to Joe Ross. And I don't know, I really don't understand how you can mess up that badly.
Mike Hassenfratz skates away. Now Joe Ross getting a piece of Jim Playfair's mind.
I'd like to know what his explanation for this is going to be. Because there's no doubt. I mean, you could run the tape, and I'm not, you can harp and harp and harp all about it, but it's the absolute wrong call was made.
Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone, won by the Penguins. Brendan Buckley moves it up the near side for Kostopoulos. Murray holds it on those boards, shot just wide. Botterill's going to chase to the far corner. He'll take a hit from Sonnenberg. The Penguins have a little bit of life here after the goal and the energy coming from the crowd. Botterill trying to fight off Buckley on the far boards. He'll just push the puck into the corner, picked up by Sonnenberg, and the Penguins try to work out of their own zone. They clear it to the blue line and out. Scoville steers it back in from the red line. Turned over in the neutral zone one more time. Here's Sergei Varlamov trying to cut into the middle, and he's ridden out of the play by Tom Kostopoulos. Now the Penguins work the puck the length of the ice, and this time the officials will not be speared by Chris Barton because they do make the correct call. 6:22 to go, second period, 2-1. The Flames with the lead, but the Penguins with the last goal here cutting into St. John's 2-0 lead.
You're not going to say they weren't going to score a power play goal because you didn't know. But it was one of those plays where they dumped the puck in hard from their own zone, hoping that the far winger can get in there and neglect the icing. but it was not called. Mickey Dupont by definitely 14 black was the man that touched the puck. And for some reason, Joe Ross decided not to call the penalty or the icing.
Another face-off inside the Penguin zone. Mrozik just misses on the far side of the net. Gobbled up by Crozier. He'll move the Penguins forward into the St. John zone. Meloche chasing to the near corner. He's ridden down by Mrozik. Dupont sends it up the far boards. Betts gets to it. They can't hold it. Mrozik skating in behind Brochu. Crozier had to work free of Mickey Dupont, and that's what the fans are yelling about here. Meloche working from in behind, trying to center. Sonnenberg checked that Peterson on the far side, upended, and Betts comes away with the puck. He finds the red line and feeds it ahead, looking for Dave Roach in behind Trent Cull, but Cull able to knock that pass down. Into the middle, Meloche shooting, weak shot. Might have been tipped by Rick Mrozik. Dupont sends it to Betts on the far side. Penguins making some changes here as Blair Betts comes to the red line. He will send the puck into the Penguin zone, and he is knocked to the ice. Flames with the line change here. Betts slow to get to the bench. He might have taken a bit of a bump, and then Bonvie dumping Mike Martin in a huge way. Brochu sends the puck to the blue line. A shot comes right back his way. It's wide. He had the glove out. The Penguins laying all kinds of body here in this second period. Puck's going to squirt free. Flames have it at the blue line. It's knocked away. Bonvie sends it right up through the neutral zone, knocked down by Walzer. Walzer turns away from Alexander Mithieu. Kachuk slow to get to the Flames bench, bouncing puck to the side of the Penguins net. Oh, what a hit! Steve Bejan just leveled Joseph Mellicar. Now the puck rolls down into the Flames zone. Walzer to the far side for Martin. Martin takes a bump from Kostopoulos, but able to play that puck forward. Joseph Mellicar knocked into a different time zone by Steve Bejan. He went directly to the Wilkes-Barre bench. Here's Steve Monador, and Tibbetts knocking Varlamov out of the way. Puck comes out in front, and Kostopoulos overskates it. Varlamov will pick it up and head the other way. Long drive in off the legs of Chris Kelleher, and that's going to create an offside situation against the St. John Flames. 4:17 to go, second period. 2-1. Flames lead the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins in Game 3 of the Calder Cup Final. This is Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94. With you, we welcome you back to the First Union Arena at Casey Plaza in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And the discussions in this TV timeout continue to ensue at the Flames bench. Ron Wilson, Flames assistant coach, continuing to jabber away with one of the linesmen.
Well, good point we talked about off the air here, just slightly. You got NHL contracted referees here, Mike Hasenfratz and Stefan Auger and probably Chris Rooney sitting in the wings. Why aren't the NHL contracted linesmen here for this year? You know, like Joe Ross is a veteran linesman in the league. I have never ever seen Terry Hennenberg before, but understand, I just like to be able to get their explanation when they realize, when they see it on the tape, that they screwed up royally.
Jason Morgan out to take a draw in the neutral zone against Sonnenberg. Morgan able to win that draw. Mrozik steers the puck into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Cull up along the far side boards, takes a bump from Morgan. Tibbetts, long shot out of his own zone. It's going to roll right in on Brochu. Brochu will steer it in behind for Dupont. Dupont passing up through the middle for Royer, trying to touch it ahead, intercepted by Tibbetts. And Mrozik got in between Tibbetts and Kostopoulos, averting disaster there. Now the puck in behind Brochu. Sonnenberg. Kostopoulos to the net. That's knocked away. Botterill finds it near side. They play it in. Shot wide by Kostopoulos. Far side. Cull driven toward the net, knocked down by Sonnenberg. And the Flames are going to push it out of the zone. Gaetan Royer knocking that puck free. He gave it away inside the Flames zone, and it almost cost St. John.
Passes up the middle, Landy, from the low in front in your own slot area. You know, tendencies are you're going to turn it over. Someone's going to knock it down and come back the other way, and that's definitely what had happened. Now, Jason Morgan and Gaetan Royer really haven't seen much ice time here tonight, those two guys. But still, it's inexcusable. The puck has to go up along the boards.
3:28 to go in the second. Flames up by the score of 2-1. They have not trailed in this hockey game. Got the first goal, got the second goal. Wilkes-Barre has the third marker here tonight. Toby Peterson and Daniel Tkachuk in the face-off circle to Martin Brochu's right. Sticks are down. Puck is down. Peterson wins that draw. Back to the blue line. Roosevelt from Melikar near side. Shot changed directions on Martin Brochu, but it did go wide. Now up the near side boards. Here's Bejan. He plays it for Tkachuk. Looking ahead to Clark. Clark didn't see it coming. Roosevelt has it inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. He feeds Peterson. Looking ahead for Milosh. It'll get past Walzer. Crozier into the corner. Martin doing a nice job to get down. Kind of awkwardly, though, and he goes into the boards hard, but he is on top of the puck. Don't know if he intended to do things that way. He gets to his knees and now to his skates. Don't know if he intended to do things that way, but he definitely broke up that one as Crozier tried to center that puck out of the near side corner.
Well, it all occurred when Mike Martin headman to passer, and as he was making the pass forward, he lost an edge and down he went. And then he ended up finding himself trying to get back into the play as the Penguins came down with Greg Crozier. Mike Martin does a good job as he's going in here. He's going down there now to get his skates checked here now, Andy. Jamie Druitt following right behind us. He definitely lost a bad edge there.
Face-off inside the St. John zone. Blair Betts and Darcy Verreau. This one whistled down from the far side of the rink. And they discuss things with both Verreau and Betts. Puck is down. Verreau wins that draw. Kelleher pinching it along the near side boards, plays it into the corner. Betts strips him. Dave Roach will play the puck to the neutral zone. Rico Fata, foot race with Brendan Buckley, who will get there first. Oh, they slide hard into the boards. That one was awkward looking and painful looking as Brendan Buckley and Rico Fata went hard into the boards in the corner trying to get to that puck. Fata to avoid the icing call. Buckley to draw the icing call, and Fata kind of hunched over, takes a seat on the St. John bench.
He's holding his wrist, Andy. I don't know if he put his hand up to block, like to protect himself from the boards as he went crashing in there. He definitely went in hard, and the glove came off quickly off the hand there, and he's holding it there something awful as Brian Miller's down attending to him.
Rico Fata has not been the most productive player for the Flames in the playoffs, but to lose him would be a blow to the Flames. Another face-off coming up inside the St. John zone with 2:50 to go, second period. 2-1 the score in favor of St. John. Murray and Verreau. And off the draw, Bonvie couldn't get a shot away, cruised into the circle and kind of skated in behind Verreau. Here's Botterill working the puck into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Buckley steering it up along the far side boards right to Marty Murray. He'll turn one to the net. Save Perrott. Varlamov looking into the middle, scores! Marty Murray! Flames go back up by 2 goals on a beautiful goal by Marty Murray. And Darcy Verreau's going to the penalty box right after this. I was just going to say something about Marty Murray. He has not scored a goal since April the 27th, game 4 of the series against Quebec. But boy, does he answer that call in the most beautiful of ways. Sergei Varlamov with an outstanding feed, and the Flames go up 3-1.
And then the Flames are going to go on the power play here as Darcy Verreau draws a penalty here for roughing up Sergei Varlamov. I don't know why he gave him a shot. I don't know if it's because he made him look so bad putting that pass between his legs over to Marty Murray, streaking in the slot. But what a beautiful goal. Beautiful play by Sergei Varlamov. He threaded a beautiful pass to Marty Murray, and Marty Murray, the captain, makes no mistake with it. And definitely Darcy Verreau is going to grab a deuce here.
17:27, the time of that goal by Marty Murray that puts the Flames up 3-1, his third of the playoffs.
By number 16, Marty Murray is third of the playoffs. An assist to number 29, Sergei Varlamov. Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 27 seconds.
17:27. Murray from Varlamov. And the Flames go on the power play here with Darcy Verreau in the box. He took a couple of whacks at Sergei Varlamov following that nifty pass to Murray. The Flames will start out from inside their own zone. Here comes Derek Walser to the Flames blue line. Across the red line. He'll lead the charge into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Turn at the blue line. Wait. Feeds Scoville. Back to Walser. Puck rolls free. Kostopoulos picks it up. Will he feed Tibbets? Just beyond Billy Tibbets' reach at the blue line. He and Scoville crash near side corner. Scoville kicks that puck to Walser. 1:49 to go in this second period. Flames up 3-1. Puck trickles into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Kelleher will get back to touch up. And the Flames are going to be called on the icing.
Well, not much happening so far in the power play for the St. John Flames. There's been a miscommunication on a couple of times. They're trying to get into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Now the faceoff comes down deep in front of Martin Brochu now with 1:42 to go. And now that's a big goal for St. John to regain that 2-goal lead. And see if they cannot make this power play here work before the end of the period. Make it a 3-goal lead heading into the third.
1:42 to go in the second. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go in the penalty to Wilkes-Barre's Darcy Verreau. St. John with a 3-1 lead here. Face-off inside the Flame zone. They'll control. Steve Monador throwing it dangerously up through the middle. Billy Tibbets picked it up at the blue line and thought to turn back into the zone just in the nick of time. He comes out over. Flames back into the zone. Shot. Varlamov scores! 4-1. St. John with the lead.
Well, Andy, you get those bad penalties, the ones where guys obviously aren't thinking, like Darcy Verreau as he roughed up Sergei Varlamov after the goal. After St. John's third goal, he draws 2 minutes, and then St. John does what they have to do, make them pay. Now it's a 3-goal lead, which is pretty big here in this building. It's quiet. It's this 8,200 strong. It quiets them a lot.
That is Sergei Varlamov's 15th goal of the postseason, and that is a new team record. We're told by Stu McDonald, standing just behind us at this point this evening, a new team record for goals in a postseason.
29, Sergei Varlamov is 15th of the playoffs, and assist to number 16, Marty Murray. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 35 seconds.
Well, Marty Murray just returns the favor. Moments ago, it was Murray from Varlamov. Now, Varlamov from Murray. Power play goal that has the Flames up 4-1 in this third game of the Calder Cup final. Less than a minute to go here in the second period. Puck bouncing in behind the net of Martin Brochu. Out front, Peterson can't connect. He is leveled by Dave Roach, among others. And now Chris Clark plays the puck into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Trent Cull picking it up in behind his net. Peterson slowly to the Penguins bench, holding his left shoulder, it seems, there. They tie it up along the far side boards. It comes free to Monador. Lead pass, Rico Fata, but he was in offside. And Brendan Buckley and Dave Roach tying up on the far side boards. But Toby Peterson took a big hit inside Flames territory that has now gone to the Wilkes-Barre dressing room, it appears. The life taken out of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Not just them, but their crowd as well, as the flow to the concession stands has begun about 32 seconds early. Usually these folks hang around to the last possible second. They just love AHL hockey. They're not loving it too much right now. Face off in the neutral zone, Verreau and Marty Murray. Flames control, bounces at the red line. Monador will play it in. Perrant holds it in behind his net, sends it back into that far corner for Trent Cull. Cull lets the pass high up to the red line. Knocked down by Scoville. Scoville and Botterill connect on a pass, but Botterill dumps it into the Wilkes-Barre zone. 10 seconds to go now in this second period. Flames up 4-1. Monador at the red line. Off a skate, and that's going to get out of play on the far side of the ice with 6.4 seconds left. And the Flames up 4-1 in this second frame.
It's also a new team record in the playoffs for points by Sergei Varlamov with his 21st point, overtaking Ladislav Cohn and Marty Murray from the 1997-98 Calder Cup year. Calder Cup final year. Also the goals overtakes Ladislav Kohn's 14 also in the same year. An extraordinary playoff for Sergei Varlamov.
Well, if you had to pick an MVP for the St. John Flames, you'd have some trouble right now. Martin Brochu has been good. Sergei Varlamov has been good. Derek Walser has been good. Face-off in the neutral zone won by the Penguins, and they dump one in on Martin Brochu, and he is there to make the 25th save of his evening. And the second period comes to an end, and it is a period in which the Flames erupt for 3 goals. And as the two teams leave the ice, Dennis Bonvie chirping towards Steve Monador. Monador delivering a few words right back, but it is Bonvie the frustrated one, Monador the smiling one. As they head to the dressing rooms, Flames content in the knowledge that really all they have to do is play some sound defense in period number 3, and this game will go to them.
Well, it was the way it was the other night, Saturday night in Game 2, where everyone had thought they had it under control. It's not under control until the game is over, Andy. It's 4-1 now, 3-goal lead. But you look back at the period, and the dumb penalties, and I mean dumb penalties, by Billy Tibbets 1, and then Darcy Verreau 2. St. John makes them pay with 2 power play goals, and you know that's what you're supposed to do when you get those opportunities. And indeed, that's what they have done. I mean, it's unfortunate for St. John that the Penguins actually got that goal. Not to say they wouldn't have scored anyways, but still shaking my head, and I'm going to go over and see the replay here just for sure to see if that was Mickey Dupont did touch that puck up on that, what should have been an icing call that was let go.
Let's remember early in the third period.
And welcome back to the studio, where now after 40 minutes of play, we're seeing the real St. John Flames with a 4-1 lead over the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Boys, I'll tell you, we talked about power play, but talk about self-control and discipline. Tibbets, a bonehead play, taking the penalty, and arguing with the officials on the way to the box. He got away with 2 before it even happened.
This guy's half a kook in his personal life, and he brings it
Not
to the
gonna
ice
go there.
tonight. Well, I just did, and really the bottom line is a convicted felon. I'll leave that one alone. But the bottom line is he cost his team big time tonight. And really, you can't be doing that.
Absolutely. We'll be back right after this short break on Rogers TVNB, St. John Flames Hockey. And welcome back to the studio as we take a look at the road to the Calder Cup and how these teams got here. Well, I guess we're obviously pretty familiar with the way St. John came through Quebec and Portland to begin with, and then Providence. But Wilkes-Barre, they've battled their way up here. So
started out with Syracuse, that's right.
And, of course, the big interstate rivalry with Hershey and, of course, Philadelphia as well. This is a team that's battled its way here, and we know they will battle their way back in the third period to try to even up with the St. John Flames, which have pulled out to a 4-1 lead and 2 power play goals, and just, again, coming back off some stupid, undisciplined play on the other side of the rink there. And this is championship hockey. You can't do that because you're going to pay, and pay they did.
Yeah, one of the things that the Flames have been very successful at this year is disciplined play. Jim Playfair has done a good job leading his squad, and you've seen the veterans, Marty Murray, Darryl Scoville, leading by example. And here again tonight's a perfect example of how you can take advantage of a team that has undisciplined play. And once again, Billy Tibbets and Verreau taking stupid penalties, the Flames capitalizing on. And the Flames right now, and this game's not over by any stretch.
Absolutely
it's
not.
In their barn. They're still a very good hockey team. You know, they had to get here and beating once again Syracuse, Hershey, and Philadelphia. So they have to be a good quality team, and they are. But once again, at the end of 4-1 Flames, and the discipline play has hurt this team. The Flames are on a bit of a roll now, using their assets, good speed, using the big guys out front. Dave Roach on that last goal, he was the guy that created the traffic. I don't think Rich Perron has seen that goal yet.
No, and hopefully he'll have a shot at a replay. But we're going to take a look at the Daniel Tkachuk goal, which Dupont and Monador threw in as far as the assists go. And, you know, great offensive play in the end, and just throw it at the net.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve Monador has played an exceptionally good hockey game tonight, and that is the key. You're in control, puck slid across, and he throws it on net. Daniel Tkachuk cruising around out front, gets his stick on it. Rich Perron having a problem picking that up, but a good job by Steve Monador, who's play one heck of a hockey game here tonight.
Yeah, and there's a case where Perrant was taking away the bottom of the net, but going to the front of the net and allowing for that tip, bringing it upstairs. Everything's open up there, and it just takes a while to get used to that goalie and where those openings are. And the Flames are taking advantage of it. But of course, Penguins did come right back, as we're going to take a look at the opening goal for the Penguins in this series.
And
or in this game.
Should have been icing.
Yeah.
Really, Mickey DuPont got back there, and really a missed call by the linesman. And we won't get on to the refereeing and the officiating too much, although it's been questionable so far.
Questionable would be an understatement,
well,
wouldn't it?
Let's be realistic here. A good shot from the point, and once again, it looked to me to be tipped. Martin Brochu, I don't think he saw it, threw his hands up in the air. He's been very, very good so far.
What a
Martin
save
Brochu,
on the goal line. That
absolutely.
sets the whole difference for the second period by that save.
Absolutely, and he's been playing very, very confident. And that's one of the things that your forwards and your defense are going to feed off of. Good play by your goaltender, and they're getting it from Martin Brochu, last year's MVP of the entire league. They're getting that from him tonight.
Yeah, and then, of course, after that, the Murray-Varlamov tag team show starts here.
Absolutely.
And this was just a great effort bringing the puck up out of the corner.
Yeah,
and again,
Varlamov.
Throw it to the net.
Starting with Marty Murray, getting the puck towards the net. A little bit of scramble out front. Sergei Varlamov, very good down low, picks the puck out to Marty Murray. And Murray going to the net. All good goal scorers do that. And putting it past Rich Perron. And, traffic out front. Jason Botterill doing what he does. We've said it over and over again, but it is the key to the Flames' success. Dave Roach, Jason Botterill, Blair Betts, down low, being tough, tying up the defensemen. The defense for the Wilkes-Barre Penguins aren't overly tough, but they've been trying to kind of force that issue tonight. But the Flames' big guys playing very well down low, and Marty Murray finishing off that play. A great pass from Varlamov. Yeah,
and of course, Darcy Moreau takes the undisciplined play after that.
What's he thinking?
Not much. Yeah. And then, of course, the Flames go back on the power play, and we're going to take a look at Sergei Varlamov's goal here to make it 4-1. Again, set up by Murray, but good, keeping it in at the blue line.
Yeah, good job of Varlamov getting the blue line first, gaining the blue line, and the dump off to Marty Murray. And once again, the goal scorers do what they do well, and that's Varlamov heading towards the net. I don't think that Rich Perron saw this.
What a great angle here. Look at that.
On this angle, Dave Roach, big traffic in front, and he is the big tough guy for the Flames. He's so good at doing just that, screening out the goaltender. But a good job by, once again, Varlamov gaining the blue line, the dump off to Marty Murray. These guys work so well together. Two very, very gifted offensive hockey players. Dave Roach throwing the big screen out in front, and Varlamov with the quick release, making it 4-1 Flames. Good job.
Well, Varlamov's been the leader on offense throughout the playoffs.
He sure has.
You and I had an opportunity to spend a little time with him last week. He was at Brett Chevauld's signing some autographs, and just a great guy. Was great with the kids. Rico was there. Chris St. Croix and Steve Monitor showed up as well. And, there's a guy that not only has seen his potential, but he's starting to take it to that next level where everybody thinks this guy is an NHL hockey player.
I hate to say it, but I don't think we're going to see this guy around here.
Not in the Calgary organization, or at least not in St. John.
Well, he should very, very possibly stick with Calgary. And he was one of the first guys sent down this year. That really was a wake-up call to him. The first half of this year wasn't very good. He didn't really get along with Jim Playfair, didn't buy into the system. But, hey, come Christmas time, the guy started to play the way that Jim Playfair wanted him to play. He's not a liability on defense anymore, and that's something he kind of was the first couple of years. He'd show up some nights, be stellar, be very, very good on the offense, but you couldn't count for him for any defense, any back checking, and really hurt the Flames in their own end. This time of the second half of this year, he's playing well on both ends of the ice. He's a great team guy. He'll take a shot for the team. He's taken a couple of shots here tonight down low, and no retaliation from Sergei Varlamov, but very gifted athlete, skilled skater, and he's really contributing. The Flames and, of course, the Calder Cup leading playoff point getter so far this year.
There you go. Again, after 40 minutes of play, the St. John Flames have pulled ahead with a 4-1 lead. They're getting ready for third period action a little while, but we'll be right back to you after a short break on Rogers TVNB. And welcome back to the studio here where the St. John Flames, well, actually in Wilkes-Barre, are up 4-1 over the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins after 40 minutes of play at the First Union Arena. And again, remember, Wednesday night, we will be carrying action live, 8:30 in the province of New Brunswick. And I'll tell you, that is going to be another phenomenal game. And when we talk about phenomenal,
sure.
Let's take a look at a phenomenal save by Martin Brochu
Could be the turning point of this game.
kept the team in the period.
Yeah, and Roosevelt working the puck very well around behind the net. But as you can see, Brochu stretch out. There goes Roosevelt behind the net. He's been very good again tonight. Very mobile defenseman. Gets the puck back to the point. And I'm not sure. I think that might have been Kelleher getting the shot on the net. And here's the shot from behind Martin Brochu. And watch where this puck goes. Martin with the stick, getting it down and keeping the puck out of the net. And a very good job. And once again, an example of this guy's been very confident tonight. Follows the puck around so well. We've talked about his glove hand. Very, very good. His positioning, very, very good. But he's on his A game tonight. And I'll tell you, he's going to be a very, very, very tough guy to beat in the third period. Playing with confidence, his team up 4-1. A good goaltender will feed off of that, and no doubt Brochu will do that.
And, of course, we're used to seeing that all season, the St. John Flames throwing the puck at the net, getting the lead, coming out in the third period, and watching the defensive end. Strong on the face-offs. At one time tonight, Wilkes-Barre was up 17-9
good point, David.
in the face-offs, and with 4 minutes to go, 22 apiece.
Yeah.
And that's a big turnaround not only for the centerman, but winning the shots back to the point. We've seen some goals come from it.
I thought, a third into the second period, the Flames really started to take control of the game, and winning face-offs is an integral part. And you talk about the strength down the middle with Betts and Marty Murray and Daniel Tkachuk. These guys do it night in and night out. Control the puck is what you want, and they did that by evening up the face-offs, and it's very, very important. But momentum on the side of the Flames right now. They're getting the goaltending. They're certainly using their speed. Rico Fata took a little bit of tumble into the boards. We certainly hope he's all right.
Got back out for another shift there.
Favoring his wrist, but boy, the guy's given 110%. Rico's a buddy of mine, and like I say, nobody wants this series more than Rico Fata.
Absolutely, and out shooting them 17-14. We're getting shots everywhere tonight, and of course a couple of power play goals in there by the St. John Flames. And wow. I don't care if you've been watching NHL, AHL, IHL, or what's left of the IHL.
Nothing left of the eye.
I'll tell you, that is the best 20 minutes of playoff hockey I've seen on any television, on any league this year.
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Morozic's hit on Pedersen there. He went right to the dressing room after that with about 2 minutes to go. Bejan's taking the body. Roach has always taken the body.
Yep.
I'll tell you, get the Ben Gay and the Azorbine Jr. out between periods, because these boys are going to be some sore.
And you have to expect that. We thought that the other night after Game 2. You and I talked, and we said this is going to be a very, very physical series. It could go 6, it could go 7. Doubt it very much if it'll go anything shorter than that, but who knows. Once again, the Flames were heavily favored going into this series by all accounts, even referring to their newspaper articles.
They were playing on that.
Scranton. Yeah. But really, this is a tough team they're playing against. Anything could happen. But physical play, the Flames defense, give them credit. Mickey DuPont, Derek Walter, not real big guys. They're sticking in there very, very tough tonight.
They're clearing the front of the net and giving Brochu a chance to see the shot. And,
absolutely.
And we were commenting, watching the second period there, that Martin really seems to have great puck control. The pads are soft for him tonight.
They
as
sure
as a couple of goalies here, we understand what we're talking about on that. But, you know, after 40 minutes of play, shots on goal, 30-26, favoring the Flames.
Tight.
We're used to seeing the Flames with that many shots, but we're not used to seeing them giving up that many.
No, and once again, this is a team that can build some momentum, and you've got some talent up front. The defense, Kelleher and Roosevelt, I can't say enough about them. Malachar also playing a very, very effective game. He got nailed. Not sure if it was Stevie Bejan.
I think it was Bejan along the boards.
Put him on his behind. But that's a defense that can get the puck up the ice. Both teams showing a pretty good transition game in the second period, hence talking about the very exciting manner in which that second period was played. But great for the fans in Wilkes-Barre, and certainly hope fans watching this game on Rogers Cable tonight are getting their money's worth.
Oh, absolutely. And, of course, we are live throughout the province, as everybody knows, with coming back with Wednesday night's game as well on Rogers TV&B. And this is an opportunity for folks in Fredericton, Moncton, of course. They've been without hockey for a little bit while.
Yep.
Absolutely. To see the level of play and why St. John rallied behind.
Nice hat.
Yeah, they probably...
Go where?
There we go. And why the fans of St. John rallied behind this franchise to ensure that American Hockey League will be in the city of St. John for the next 2 years and probably a little while after that. Again, we're going to head up to Andy Campbell in the booth for third period of action on Rogers TVNB.
And welcome back to Wilkes-Barre. Period number 3 just about set to get underway. This is Home Hardware Flames hockey on Country 94, and Billy Tibbets wins the opening draw of the third period. And the Penguins control the puck inside their own zone to the blue line, knocked away by Jason Botterill. Tibbets had it knocked away from him. Flames push it down into the Penguin zone. Brendan Buckley skating to it. He's tied up by Botterill right away. He'll leave it for Chris Kelleher. And Kelleher has no option but to dump it high out of the zone. Walzer from inside Flames territory ahead to Marty Murray. Bouncing puck. Varlamov couldn't control it. Tom Kostopoulos plays it in on Martin Brochu. He will hold on with Martin Sonnenberg cruising through the vicinity. We played 36 seconds of period number 3 when leading after 2 periods. The Flames are sparkling 9-0 in this postseason. When trailing after 2 periods, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins are all of 1-5.
Well, they'll have a lot of work to do here, Andy, coming back 3 goals. I mean, but they just have to do what they have to do here. Just get this period over with, do everything right, and they should be able to get out of here up 2-1.
Face-off inside the Flame zone. Daniel Tkachuk, Darcy Verreau. Sticks are down. There's movement on the far side of that face-off circle as Dennis Bonvie comes in from the far side. They're going to toss Verreau, and Bonvie will just hang around in the middle of the face-off circle there and duel this out with Tkachuk. Bonvie and Dennis and Tkachuk. Bonvie muscles his way through the face-off circle. Delayed penalty coming up against the Flames. A holding call is going to go Daniel Tkachuk's way, and that was basically a manufactured penalty by Dennis Bonvie, who in the face-off circle when the puck was dropped just got in Daniel Tkachuk's face, started pushing the puck towards the net. All Daniel Tkachuk could do was hold on to Dennis Bonvie.
Well, that's what Dennis Bonvie does, and here we go now, a minute and not even 40 seconds into the third period, and the Penguins are going to get a chance to cut this lead in half as Dennis Bonvie does some hard work there and draws a penalty on Daniel Tkachuk. As you say, he has no choice but to hang on to the puck or hang on to his stick.
Face-off inside the St. John zone. Peterson and Betts in the face-off circle. Betts able to win that draw. Rick Mrozik off the far side boards. Not out. Cull holds it at the blue line. Dumps it deep one more time. This time Mrozik tried to clear. It was off the shoulder of Greg Crozier. Peterson turns in the far corner. Knocks down his own man, Crozier. Puck loose in behind. Meloche picks it up. Looks out front. Tries to turn away from Mickey Dupont. Crozier has some trouble running into Dupont and Meloche. They'll play it for Peterson in that corner. Back to the blue line and Trent Cull. Cull back into the corner for Peterson. Watched closely by Betts. They'll make a move. Send it low for Crozier. Crozier back to Cull. He loads, fires. Off a skate maybe. And just wide. Puck will roll in behind. Crozier has it one more time. Mrozik dumps him in the corner. Dupont comes up with the puck, feeds Betts. And Betts will clear the zone. Flames are able to make some changes on their penalty kill unit, with 1:05 remaining in the penalty to Daniel Tkachuk. From deep in the Wilkes-Barre zone, Michael Roosevelt works ahead. He'll feed Tibbets on the far side. He got around. Jason Botterill sends the puck in front. There was no teammate there. Mike Martin played it away. Tibbets has it one more time in the far corner. Bouncing puck. Walzer couldn't control it. Tibbets, he'll send it back to the blue line and Roosevelt. Roosevelt looks to the side. Feeds Cull. His shot blocked by Marty Murray, and it gets out over the blue line. Roosevelt has to chase back inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. He sends a cross-ice pass for Tibbets. Tibbets comes forward. Feeds Brendan Buckley. Drop past Sonnenberg, and Mike Martin able to gobble that one up in a hurry and clear the zone one more time. Less than 30 seconds to go in the Penguins' man advantage. Some confusion at center ice. Chris Clark able to play the puck forward, and then Bégin drilled his man Kostopoulos. Brendan Buckley with a bouncing puck that's going to bounce right in front of the St. John Flames bench. They'll tie it up right there. He and Bégin pushing and shoving right along the bench, or right along the boards in front of the visitors' bench.
Well, not much happening on the Penguin power play. Marty Murray made a couple of good plays there to get the puck out of the zone. Doing everything that way there, and Penguins not really having much of a chance to get anything set up. contrary to what we had talked about earlier, there apparently our voices are going over the TVNB signal. We were told earlier that they would not be going over tonight, and we hope everyone at home is enjoying the broadcast.
So we thank the TVNB/Rogers folks for helping us out there. We're glad to be helping them out as well. Marty Murray pushing the puck into Wilkes-Barre territory as the penalty to Daniel Tkachuk expires. Flames back at full strength, and they're not going to get to the puck inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. They hold it at the blue line. Nice job by Murray. Bouncing puck in on Rich Perrant, and he'll glove that one down. Alain Moises Alou and hold on. Perrant resembling a bit of a fielder, and as I turn and look behind me here at the First Union Center, I see Doug Dowell still here. I'm kind of fearful of what my brother might be in for with the enforcer not up in that section to protect the young Campbell.
Well, what's he doing up there? It seems like he's sitting there nice and calm between some Flames fans up there. Your dad's up there also.
When Doug and I were talking in the intermission, told me all kinds of stories about my brother not behaving himself very well up there.
He's got a brown object in his hand. What would that be?
Taunting the Wilkes-Barre fans as well. We can say that much. Face off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Verreau and Betts. Betts wins it back. Scoville on the blue line. Dumps it to the near side boards. Fata will chase. Dump it low into the corner. Picked up in behind the Wilkes-Barre net by Buckley. Buckley off the far side glass. Out. Roach knocks it down right outside the blue line. They tie up there. Bonvie pokes it free. It comes right to Rico Fata. Now Verreau picks it up at the red line. Turns it back across the red line. Scoville jumps up and pushes it forward onto the stick of Joseph Melikar. Long drive in from inside the red line. Mathieu plays the puck in behind as Bonvie tries to get to it. Peterson takes a bump from Blair Betts. Puck rolls up the near side boards. Cull squeezes down. Able to play that puck deep, but now it rolls to the Flames. Rico Fata out of the zone. Roach can't control the puck at the red line, and the Penguins are able to play the puck back into the Flame zone one more time. Scoville sending the Penguins scurrying back into their own zone. Trent Cull turns in the far corner, knocked away. Marty Murray looking for Varlamov out front, and Toby Peterson able to knock that one out of midair and knock it away from Varlamov. Penguins clear the zone. Rick Morozic racing back over his own blue line. Turns off the far side boards. Sean Pete's going to have to hustle back in behind Rich Perrant to play this puck. Pete has not seen the ice until now in this hockey game. Here's Peterson up to the red line for Wilkes-Barre. His forward pass knocked down by Mickey Dupont, and a great play by Dupont just to feather that puck into the Wilkes-Barre zone, kill off some time in this period, and force the Penguins to start out from deep in their own zone. Now he'll fire one in on Rich Perrant. They will wave off icing even though Mickey Dupont was in behind the red line. Lead pass for Greg Crozier. His forward progress interrupted by Mike Martin, and the Flames drive the puck across the Wilkes-Barre blue line one more time. Eric Meloche now will try and get things started for the Penguins. He drives it in. Puck comes out front. Crozier missed on a chance there. Tied up by Mike Martin as he cruised through the slot. Melikar inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Tried to play it ahead. Knocked down by Blair Betts. And then Betts run from behind by Crozier. Roach over to take some offense to that and knock Crozier to the ice. But Blair Betts slow to get up. He rejoins the play. Broken stick on the play. It's back at center ice. Puck into the far corner. Betts up with the puck. And then he takes a knock from Roosevelt way down on the play. Or was that Kostopoulos? Anyway, Dave Roach, a long drive in off the end boards. Cull will get to it. Take a knock from Varlamov, and that was hard. Roosevelt, near corner, plays it far side. Kostopoulos has his pocket pick. Murray can't get the shot off. He'll play it in behind. Varlamov centering Roach. Botterill can't get it to go. Perrant standing tall in the Penguins' net. Kostopoulos trying to work his way out. Oh, Marty Murray had Darcy Verreau lined up. Verreau avoided that little freight train at the last moment. Now the Penguins at the red line. Verreau plays it in for Bonvie. Knocked away by Monador. Verreau picks it up, moves it in behind. Bonvie trying to play off the far side, and that one steered away. The Flames dump at the length of the ice. This one will be icing as Sean Pete gets back and touches up. We've got 13:55 to play in the third period. 4-1 Flames. You are listening to Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94. For all your Pennsylvania, we have Game 3 of the Calder Cup final here on Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94. And the Flames, with 13:55 to go in the third period, Chris, have a 4-1 lead.
Well, he had a very good second period there, Andy. A couple of power play goals off the bad penalties that the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins took. But I'm amazed at the amount of big hits that have been thrown in this game tonight from both sides. It'll be interesting to see what happens at this point here now with 13:55 to go. Lots of time left. Obviously, lots of time left. But if St. John's can get one here, they make it a 5-1 game. And it'll be interesting to see Glenn Patrick sends out what he called his toughness to try to send some sort of a message to the St. John Flames. It was in the paper today. The toughness will have to come through for the Penguins to be successful. They tried to be tough tonight, but in a bad way in a couple of those penalties that they've taken.
Face-off coming up inside the St. John zone. Verreau and Tkachuk. It is only loud in this building at this point in time because the music just blares from the speakers high above us. The Penguins fans, for the most part, sitting on their hands. They win a draw inside the Flame zone. Roosevelt from the blue line. Shot doesn't make it all the way through the net. Into the far corner. Verreau sends it back to Roosevelt on the blue line and hops over his stick. He's got to deal with Daniel Tkachuk bearing down on him. Verreau picks it up in the neutral zone. Ahead to Bonvie on the near side boards. He plays it ahead. Verreau can't get to it. Loose in the middle. Flames able to poke it out over the blue line. Great hustle there by Steve Bejan. And now inside the zone come the Penguins, and Dennis Bonvie had not had a chance to clear that zone. And they're whistled with the offside at 6:30 of this third period.
Daniel Tkachuk once again throwing his weight around, Andy. He's thrown out more checks tonight there than he has that I can ever remember him throwing out in a game. Definitely using his body here. He's turned his game. Like, his game has just come up to the A game that Calgary Flames are expecting from him when they made him a high draft pick. And he's shown it here in the last couple of games.
Play back underway from the neutral zone. The Penguins drive it in. Derek Walser has the puck in the far corner. Tries to play it off the far side glass. It can't get out. Sonnenberg steers it back into the Flame zone. Call at the blue line. Drive. Blocker. Save. Rochew into the near corner. Savakin. He cycles it down for Sonnenberg. He's knocked to the ice by Betts. From the far side, Peterson looking short side. Can't get it to go. Walser ahead to Roach at the blue line, and he tips it past Brendan Buckley. Cull racing back to the Wilkes-Barre zone. Beats the far side, looking for Peterson. It came to Savakin. Savakin has his pass picked off, and Marty Murray kind of dances on the far side there. Sends it in behind Dave Roach. Will collide with Trent Holt. Varlamov picks it up. Looks near side boards. Throws it back toward the net. Perron steers that away. Scoville with the rebound. Perron able to get a piece of that one. Into the near side corner. Up the near side boards it rolls. Monador picks it up outside of the blue line, and he'll send it far side. Botterill and Sonnenberg tied up way in behind the play. And Varlamov avoids a little bit of a crunch there. Able to play the puck down into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Crozier ahead. Knocked down by Monador. Pete now to the red line. Bouncing puck. Meloche all alone in the center inside Flames territory. It was Greg Crozier, but he'd gotten there by stepping offside.
Well, he was way offside, Andy, there in that play there. Puck was bouncing a little bit there, but he just couldn't get himself back on.
Speaking of offside, you had a chance during the intermission to have a look at a replay of the non-offside that resulted in the
non-icing, actually.
Or the non-icing that
we made such a big deal of it indefinitely, and off-ice the guys here are all saying, yeah, that was definitely a bad call. But what happened was the linesman Joe Ross waved it off for some reason.
Action back underway. Michael Roosevelt sends the puck far side for Sean Pete. He throws it ahead right onto the stick of Rick Mrozik. Pete will get it back, though, as the Flames drive it to the red line. A battle there on the far boards. Penguins come away with the puck only momentarily. Now Meloche picks it up, skates over the St. John blue line. He's stripped, and Daniel Tkachuk will bang it off the far side boards. Roosevelt has to chase inside the Penguin zone. He'll turn back in behind Rich Perrott. And come forward on the far side. Into the middle. Crosses the red line. Feeds Tibbetts near side. Just beyond his reach. Roosevelt gets to it. Centers. In the slot. Mathieu a drive. Brochu the save.
Martin Brochu nice and square once again. You can see that puck as it's on end. As Alexander Mathieu rips it from the high slot and gets it on goal. Another point I just want to make out to the people back home watching on Rogers TVNB. is that we don't have the luxury of a replay monitor here. So you're probably seeing replays back home, and we're not giving you no description of the play or anything. We just want to get that out to you that we do not, I repeat, do not have a replay monitor, and that's really inexcusable if you think about it, because the Penguins knew that they'd be getting, that you would be getting our voices back home. It makes it pretty hard when we're thinking we're doing a radio broadcast without a telestrator.
Face-off inside the St. John zone. Barreau and Betts. Betts wins that back. Mike Martin skates in behind Brochu. Comes up on the near side, sends a pass ahead, looking for Dave Roach. It's beyond his reach, and that will go the length of the ice. As Brendan Buckley touches up inside the Penguin zone, that one will come back into St. John territory. So we made note of... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, hopefully by Friday or Wednesday night, we'll have that problem rectified and have ourselves a little bit of a TV screen. It doesn't matter if it's a 4-inch screen, just something here in our limited space that we have over here in the press box, which we would call a makeshift press box area.
Let's tell folks that we will be back on the radio Wednesday night with Game 4 of this series, and 8:15 start St. John time with the Brunswick Chrysler pregame show. TVNB will have that one as well. Action back underway here in Game 3 in Wilkes-Barre. Flames able to clear the zone. They are going to get called on an icing unless Blair Betts can beat Josef Melnikar. Cannot. And Czech defenseman going to bring a face-off back inside in St. John's zone. 8:15 the start time Wednesday with the Brunswick Chrysler pregame show in advance of an 8:30 St. John time start. And if all, well, there will be a 5th game of this series, and it will be here on Friday night, and we will have that one again for you. Not too sure whether Rogers TVNB will have that one as well, but that's yet to be determined, as I understand from them. But regardless, Home Hardware and Flames Hockey on Country 94 will have it, without a doubt. Face-off inside the Flame zone one more time. Marty Murray knocked to the ice. Puck rolls right to Jason Botterill as he skates to the red line, hands it off to Sergei Varlamov. They drive it in. Perrott playing it to the far corner. Varlamov, sharp-angled shot. That was in behind the Penguins' net. Martin holds at the blue line, sends it deep, rolls right around to the far side boards. Bonvie put it right onto the stick of Marty Murray, and he feeds Jason Botterill, and they drive the puck into the Penguin zone one more time. Here's Alexander Zavakin playing it ahead into the Flame zone. Martin Brochu is going to come out and play that one for Mike Martin. Up off the glass on the far side. Pete poking it away from Fajan and Clark, and he's got an altercation almost wanting to develop here. Dennis Bonvie and Mike Martin just eyeing each other up.
Well, this is a point now if you want to start this type of foolishness where you're really going to miss a guy like Doug Dow. So as we had spoke earlier about if St. John is to get another goal, get up 4-1 or 5-1, I mean, up by 4 goals. And the Penguins are going to try. You would have to think they're going to try to send a physical message. They do have a very tough team with the likes of Billy Tibbetts and even Darcy Verreau and the likes, you know, and obviously Dennis Bonvie. So we need something to neutralize that there if it does happen.
Action back underway. Steve Monador plays the puck up the near side boards. It'll float into Wilkes-Barre territory. Melnikar up on the far boards for Tibbetts. Almost coughs it up. It'll roll outside of the Penguin zone. Monador has it at the red line and flips it in on Rich Perron in between the legs. Where is it? He doesn't know. It was kind of rolled out from in behind, and it was at the side of the net. That would have been a nifty goal for Steve Monador.
That would have been a nifty goal. It would have been his first for the playoffs here to go along with 8 assists that he now has. You say you can never go wrong by putting the puck on net because you never know what's going to happen.
I want to pick up on something you just talked about, the Penguins' toughness. When I sat down this morning to talk with Billy Tibbetts, the interview we heard in the first intermission, he came into the room where the interviews are conducted without a shirt. He did put one on before we sat down, but I don't like to harp on the prison time, but all those prison documentaries feature a lot of weight rooms. Obviously, Billy Tibbetts putting his time to good use behind bars.
Pretty cut up.
He is a well-shaped individual, if I can say that. Action back underway. Michael Roosevelt played off the puck by Dave Roach. Betts in behind the net of Rich Perron, trying to play it off the back of Perron. Nicely there, but Perron gets the better of that one. Melnikar skates it away, plays it to the blue line. Betts knocks it right back down Wilkes-Barre way. Perron out behind. Roosevelt had to play it quickly with Rico Fata charging hard. Here's Melnikar. Up on the far side for Roosevelt. Roosevelt, cross-ice pass for Eric Melange. He could not control it inside the Flames zone. Fata picks it up. He'll send it far side. Roche at the red line and then levels Brendan Buckley. Cole picks it up. Lead pass for Buckley. Buckley didn't want to touch it, although almost thinking that might have been a two-line pass. Knocked down in the neutral zone. Mathieu has it knocked away from him. The Flames are going to get a penalty here after Sergei Varlamov took a little whack at Alexander Mathieu.
Well, he definitely slashed him there in the back there and brought him down. Not much of a choice for Mike Hasenfratz but to call that one there. A lot was missed early, and the game's kind of settled down a little bit here in the last, say, 25 minutes of playing time. But those ones there are the obvious ones when your team's ahead by 3 goals and you're doing that, you call the cheap slashing and all. You're going to call that 9 times out of 10.
9:16 to go in this third period. 4-1. St. John leads Wilkes-Barre. Game 3 of the AHL's Calder Cup final is right here on Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94. If you... the First Union Arena at KZ Plaza here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Third game of the Calder Cup final. It's a best-of-7 affair. The Flames on their way to taking a 2-1 lead in that series with 9:16 left in this third period of Game 3. 4-1. Flames lead the Penguins.
Well, like you say, in 9 minutes and 16 seconds to go, and one of the opportunities that you have of being here in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre is you're an hour and a half away from New York City, Atlantic City. You know, some of us are going to try to go down to the game tomorrow night, the Jersey Devils and the Penguins, and Thursday night maybe the Bronx to see the Yankees, Red Sox, or the Meadowlands Harness Track. There's lots to do when you're only an hour and a half away from New York.
Action back underway here in Wilkes-Barre. Only a couple hours from Philadelphia as well. Cheesesteak sandwich sounds good right about now. Billy Tibbetts stripped of the puck, working up through the neutral zone. Chris Clark doing all he can here as the Penguins work on the power play with Sergei Varlamov in the penalty box. Puck rolls in behind Roche. Mrozik let it go off the shoulder of, looks like Toby Peterson. Flames will clear the zone. Chris Clark pushing that puck out over the blue line down into Wilkes-Barre territory. Roosevelt leaves it for Peterson. The young rookie skates his way to center ice. Throws the puck into the St. John zone. Brochu will play it up off the far side boards. Knocked down at the blue line. Roosevelt plays it deep for Melange. Melange into the corner. Tibbetts gives it right back to Melange, and Mickey Dupont will come in between the two and play it ahead in his own zone for Fata. Fata dumps at the length of the ice. Dupont was knocked down by Tibbetts. Almost knocked down from behind. That one goes unnoticed. Puck bounces right in front of Brochu. Martin, hard drive to the blue line, held in by Cull. Tibbetts delivers a hit on Martin. Walzer plays it up off the far side boards, and now Marty Murray in a race to the puck with Trent Cull inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Cull able to play that puck for a moment, but Murray came up with it. Now Cull has it. Throws it up through the neutral zone. Off the far boards, Walzer has it fall right in front of Zavakin, and then Zavakin fell on the puck. Wilkes-Barre able to play it back into the neutral zone. Brendan Buckley ahead to Dennis Bonvie. Walzer comes up with it and sends it back Buckley's way. It'll trickle down into the Wilkes-Barre zone. We've got 7 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Third period. 4-1 St. John. They have just bottled up the blue line, per se. They're not letting too much across into their zone. Here's Chris Clark trying to break in between the two defensemen, Buckley and Melikar. Can't. Clark, though, will get the puck back in the neutral zone, and Beijing upended. The Flames, by the way, are back at full strength. Brendan Buckley, his own blue line, plays the puck forward. Alexander Mathieu has it knocked away from him. Steve Beijing is going to take it and work the other way. Can't do too much with it there. Scoville gets it back at the Flames blue line, plays it ahead. Buckley walks back into the Wilkes-Barre zone, picks that one up, sends it near side for Joseph Mellikar. Ahead to Mathieu. He had to sidestep Dave Roach at the last moment, and Roach dumps the puck into the Wilkes-Barre zone once again. Buckley in behind his netminder for Roosevelt. Roosevelt will take it back that way and behind Perrant. Feed Darcy Verreau. Feed it to Dennis Bondy out over the blue line. Flames interrupt that progress, and Wilkes-Barre scrambles in the neutral zone one more time, and Dave Roach one more time finds the puck and dumps it deep. Sean Pete to Roosevelt. They try to get into the St. John zone. They get the puck there, but they don't gain any control. Rick Mrozik turning in the far corner, and a penalty coming up. To go.
Definitely going against Darcy Verreau.
The net behind Martin Brochu has come off its moorings. The whistle came as St. John touched the puck. For a moment there, it looked as though St. John was going to be whistled on that penalty, but it does go Darcy Verreau's way.
Oh, definitely it's going to be a goalie interference, I would have to imagine here. But to my amazement, the great fans of Wilkes-Barre Scranton are all flooding towards the exits here. These are getting up. You think it was a fire drill or something.
6:04 to go in this third period. 4-1 Flames. And now they go on the power play. And the good folks here from Wilkes-Barre have seen enough. And most of them,
they're going out like a fire's on, and the flames are burning. The flames are burning, so maybe the fire alarm is going.
Red hot tonight. A fire alarm would be the perfect finale to all of this. A 4-alarm blaze, a 4-goal blaze. 4-1 St. John with 6:04 to go in the third period. Somebody call the trucks out. Get me that ladder truck. Get me that pumper.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Andy, this is yet another dumb penalty by Darcy Verreau to take. Obviously you're down 3 goals, and you can't be doing that stuff there. St. John might be able to go up here 5-1.
Derek Walzer controls the puck in his own zone. He'll feed Darryl Scoville skating down the near side boards into Wilkes-Barre territory. He pushes that puck into the corner. Steve Bejan chases. Now Daniel Tkachuk. Nice work to get around Brandon Buckley. Puck comes free, though, and Buckley tries to play it up the near side boards. Scoville holds it. It's a bit of a beating from Martin Sonnenberg. Penguins able to play the puck back down into the St. John zone. Walzer moves in behind Brochu. Up on the far side. Now he moves into the middle. He'll cross the red line with the puck, play it ahead, looking to bank it ahead for Dave Roach. Roosevelt comes up with it and sends the Flames scurrying back into their own zone. Scoville can't get back to play it away from Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos with a bit of a royal rhubarb raising down in the Flame zone, creating a lot of havoc. Here's Marty Murray. Turns at the blue line. Throws the puck deep into the corner for Walzer. Walzer checked off the puck by Mellikar. Not much able to get going here on the power play for the Flames as Roosevelt leads the Penguins down into St. John territory. Now the Flames gain some control in their own zone. Steve Montador has to turn at his own blue line to avoid Toby Peterson. He'll move in behind Brochu. 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Now Montador starts up. He'll come to the red line and drive the puck into Wilkes-Barre zone. Cull feeds it near side, held at the blue line. Mickey Dupont. He'll just dump it into the corner. Roach in behind. Roach has the puck stolen away by Toby Peterson. It rolls to Daniel Tkachuk. It was going to get to the blue line and out. But Steve Montador pretty much fell on top of it, which negated Toby Peterson making a run to the St. John zone with that puck. Finally, it's gobbled up by Brendan Buckley inside the Penguin zone, now with less than 10 seconds remaining in the Flames man advantage. Chris Clark to the red line. Long drive in just wide of Rich Perrant's net. He'll hold on. Rico Fata right there. That'll draw a whistle with 4:02 to play in the third period. 4-1 the score. The Flames with a 3-goal lead here in the third game of the American Hockey League's Calder Cup final. You're listening to it here on Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94.
To most of us, the sound of a
First Union Arena at KC Plaza here in Wilkes-Barre has now become, about less than half full. Would you say, Chris Barton?
Definitely less than half full now, Andy. So, what are you going to do tomorrow night? Where are you going tomorrow night?
Well, let's see. Sting is in concert here at the arena. There's that option. There is the option of going to Philadelphia to the Phillies-Pittsburgh Pirates game. There is also the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Red Barons AAA baseball game. The options are aplenty.
Go to the harness track tomorrow night. The Meadowlands, the greatest racing in the world. And see St. John native.
You like those?
St. John native Jim Doherty. We went to Pocono Downs last night. A bunch of us went up there to check that out, the 5/8 mile oval.
Had very little luck.
Very little luck indeed.
Except for Nick Jorgudis, who cashed in a ticket late in the evening. Action back underway. Tom Kostopoulos brings the Penguins forward to the St. John blue line. Tibbets helps that puck get over the blue line. Kostopoulos playing it in front, steered away by Rick Mrozik, and the Flames are going to get called on a penalty here. With less than 4 minutes to go, Jason Botterill headed toward the penalty box. And Mike Hassenfratz calling an interference penalty on big number 19. That'll put the Penguins on the power play for the third time in this period, the seventh time this evening. They're 0 for 6 as we go to this power play for the Penguins.
Well, we're just going to play down the stretch here now. 3:52 to go, Andy. I'm going to take miracle of all miracles. I mean, I know it's not out of the question to have something dramatic happen here to the St. John Flames tonight. You know, these little penalties, little chippy stuff's going to happen. They're going to call it late in the game like this.
Face-off inside the Flame zone. Drive right off the face-off. It must have hit a leg through. Trent Cull's shot didn't get through to the net. Crozier now in behind. Leaves it in the corner, looking for Kostopoulos. A couple of Flames get there in a hurry. Tibbets comes over to work that puck free at the blue line. Cull with some trouble. Can they get it out over? No. Now they do. Cull has to work at the red line to avoid Rico Fata. Roosevelt ahead to Tibbets on the far side. They work it into the St. John zone. Bounces right back out after hitting a leg. And Cull picks it up at his own blue line. Feeds Roosevelt on the far side ahead to Tibbets. Tibbets will backhand it in. Mickey Dupont picks it up. Plays it high up over the glass on the far side, and that one's out of play. Face-off will come inside the St. John zone. Now 3:15 to play, third period. 4-1 St. John with the lead.
Well, it's funny, bring up Billy Tibbets here now. Here he's yapping away at somebody here for the Flames. Looks like it was Mickey Dupont there. But I came across Billy Tibbets as he comes by the bench, and I came across Billy Tibbets this year in a summer hockey league up outside of Boston in Dorchester, Mass, with some former Flames around like Chris O'Sullivan and some NHLers, Steve Hines, Ted Donato. I'll finish this story in a moment.
Action back underway. Derek Walser in the far corner. Can't clear the zone. Toby Peterson knocks it down on that far board. Feeds Roosevelt at the point. His shot loose at the side of the net, and Toby Peterson skated right by it. Steve Bejan will bounce it off the far side board. And out of Flames territory, rolls right down into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Michael Roosevelt picks it up there. He'll bank it off the end boards to Trent Cull near side. Cull rigged wide for Peterson. Peterson to the St. John blue line. Has to turn away. A big black wall was set up there. Now Peterson decides he might be able to get through. He does, but loses control of the puck. Mike Martin over the heads of Peterson and Trent Cull on the far side. And that puck back down in behind Rich Perron. He works it forward. Penguins drive the puck in. Brochu comes out to play it. Monador, he'll ring it up off the far side boards, and that one gets out of play as well over on the far side. 2:24 to go, third period. Flames up 4-1. Chris, you were saying you came across Billy Tibbets in a summer hockey league in Massachusetts.
Yeah, and it's funny, you know, I got in there and this game was already going on. One team had Steve Hines, Ted Donato, just to name a couple, Corey LaRose, former Maine player, and all of a sudden you just see this one guy just beating the pulp out of a guy. Poor guy didn't know what hit him, and I asked the fellow there, I said, what's the story on this guy? Who's he? The guy says, Bill Tibbets. Got a record as long as your arm, he says, and a newspaper writer, and he said he roughed him up even when he just tried to compare his story to one of Randy McKay, and said, you can't compare me to Randy McKay, for one. He says, I'll score 30 goals in a season before he ever did in 8 years. And I just figured this guy here is a real dandy, but he is a good hockey player. You can't take that from him.
You cannot take talent away from Billy Tibbets. Drive in on Brochu, off to the side, and they push it wide one more time. Now it'll roll in behind the Flames net again. Monador and Bondby battle there. Perreault works it back to Bondby. He tries to push his way out front. Puck will roll free from him, and Scoville will get it to the blue line. Not out, though. Buckley skates it down the near side boards. He walks right past Darryl Scoville, but Scoville able to relieve him of the puck and send it the length of the ice just as Botterill steps out of the penalty box. So there will be no icing on the play. Melikar now up along the far side boards. The checked by the Russian, or the Ukraine here. And now the Penguins turn it over, or cough it up anyway. Do not get the turnover. Botterill just didn't have the speed to catch up with Brendan Buckley. Here comes Billy Tibbets up the far side boards. He's stripped of the puck, and they knock down the linesman on the far side. Bonvie and Varlamov with a bit of a collision. Here's Murray working his way in, and Tibbets trying to rough up him from behind, and now Bonvie going after Sergei Varlamov, and way in behind the action, Tibbets trying to get at Marty Murray. Bonvie hits the linesman, trying to get him out of the way. He does not want to go to the penalty box. Varlamov showing great restraint, just trying to get away from Bonvie, and Tibbets absolutely incensed that Marty Murray won't come anywhere near him.
It's just funny, Sergei Varlamov's over at the St. John bench just laughing at this foolishness. You knew it was going to happen, Andy. Tibbets obviously is going to be showing the gate here. Away he goes. Bonvie's no sense him going into the penalty box. He should be given a thumb also. He just knew that this was going to happen. The Penguins are a very frustrated bunch right now as St. John not only is leading 4-1 in the scoreboard, but I think they've pretty well, they beat them in most of the hitting. This was a hard-hitting game by St. John. A lot of big hits were laid out, some of the cheap variety, but I see Dennis Bonvie just went over and just took a big run over there before this all started and just took a big haymaker at Rick Morozic. And then Tibbets just giving the business to Marty Murray, which is uncalled for.
Well, Aaron Kennedy of the Times-Globe likes to refer to some things as kook shows, and I'm sure if he were here right now, he'd be talking about the kook show that could possibly ensue here. But now with Tibbets out and Bonvie in the penalty box, we've got 1:21 to go. It looks as though the kook show has been avoided. Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Trent Cull blasts that puck high up off the glass. That one almost got out of play, and that was traveling at a good rate of speed. That would have been dangerous in the crowd. Morozic knocks the puck down at the red line. Tries to come forward, does. To the blue line, and he'll just drive the puck into the Wilkes-Barre zone once again. Cull, we've got less than a minute to play. St. John with the 4-1 lead. Shot turned toward Perron. He makes the save. That was Bejan with the shot. Daniel Tkachuk has gobbled up the rebound. He's on the far boards, looking in. Sends it to Chris Clark. Clark sends it right back. Corner, Bejan trying to play it back to Tkachuk. Big collision there with a couple of Penguins. Roosevelt and Cull came together. The Flames work it back to the blue line. Got away from Morozic. He feeds Clark. Turns, shoots. Perron with the glove save. Steve Bejan right on the doorstep there. That'll draw a face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. 35.3 seconds. The time remaining in the third period of Game 3 of the Calder Cup final. For all intents and purposes, St. John has taken a 2-1 lead in the best-of-7 affair and are within 2 wins of the Calder Cup.
And I don't know what happened here, but I had made a note of it, and I never ever brought it to the air. As Jason McDonald's down in street clothes here, Charlottetown natives in the runway here, his ribs must be acting up because he pulled the chute early here tonight.
He has not seen action in this third period. Flames with the puck inside the Wilkes-Barre zone as the time ticks down here. 25 seconds to go in this third period. They have a 3-goal lead. Jason McDonald, Gaetan Royer, and Dave Roach on the ice. Here's Royer in the far corner. He'll steer it in behind the net for Roach. Roach looking out front, trying to get it to Morgan. Can't. He'll go to the far corner. Still trying to feed Morgan in front. He's camped there with Eric Meloche draped all over him. Now Morgan goes free up the far side boards. Royer in behind, less than 2 seconds. And there is the horn that signals the end of the game as Melikar looks a bit of a shot on Royer, but the game is over, and the Flames win it 4-1. Now Bonvie out of the penalty box, trying to get to Steve Monador. Those two had been yapping previously. Dennis Bonvie sees no reason to pursue anything there. Wouldn't want to do anything to make his eligibility for Wednesday night questionable. But the final score, St. John 4, the Penguins 1. No scoring in the third period. It all came in the first and second periods. And for the first time in this series, we don't have a 4-3 final, and we don't have a 1-goal hockey game. The St. John Flames win this one by 3.
The St. John Flames take a 2-1 series lead over the Wilkes-Barre Penguins. And I'll tell you, in the last 20 minutes, the Penguins are going to lead the league in stupidity. That's nonsense.
Yeah, but you can expect it of Billy Tibbets. Certainly Dennis Bonvie. We saw him here for many years playing with the Cape Breton Oilers, and they were frustrated. They were extremely frustrated. But we were talking about it earlier. A team sometimes reflects its coach, and Mr. Glenn Patrick really didn't have a good handle on that squad of his tonight. Furrow took some stupid penalties, another one in the third period, and undisciplined play will lose you a series. And that wasn't the whole story tonight, but it certainly didn't help the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins.
Not at all.
It hurt them big time, and the Flames, being the opportunistic team that they are, and so much skill and great coaching, took advantage of that big time. And that, I think, is the story of tonight's game, David.
Yeah, and in the third period, obviously going in with the lead, dump and chase, always 2 to 3 guys back in the neutral zone when the Penguins are trying to get out of their own end. Brochu was well protected, even though it was Furrow that took the dumb penalty on him coming through the crease there. Anyways, good news for the St. John Flames. And there we have some of the scoring summary. Chris Clark, Daniel Tkachuk, and of course Marty Murray and Sergei Varlamov with the Flames goals. Eric Meloche with the lone tally for the Penguins tonight. Sold out crowd of 81-43. But mostly for the last 10 minutes of that game, they were all dressed like empty seats rather than the whitewash.
They were making some noise, but I think they need a little more cowbell down there or something. It really wasn't exciting for those fans. Certainly was disappointing, and they had to be happy with the split up here in St. John. But the Flames, as we talked about, and I like the way that this team plays on the road. I like the way that Martin Brochu plays on the road. He had an exceptional game tonight. I don't know who the 3 stars were tonight's hockey game, but boy, I hope someone noticed Steve Monador out there. I thought he played his best hockey game of the year. He was effective in his own zone. He was effective offensively, and I hope a lot of people noticed him. He was very good tonight.
Well, when Rogers TV&B carries the games out of Harbor Station, Steve and I, we look after the 3 stars.
That's right.
Who would you pick?
Tonight, I'd strongly consider Marty Murray.
Yeah.
I thought he played an exceptional game. He was very, very effective. Sergei Varlamov also was very effective.
Yep.
That line was very, very good. Dave Roach and certainly Steve Monador, who I thought played a very good game tonight. This guy, his development from the first of the year, he did dress a lot of games up to Christmas, but Jim Playfair showed a lot of trust in him, and this guy's shown a lot of poise and confidence, and very impressed with his play here tonight.
Excellent. Well, again, there you have it. 4-1 St. John Flames over the Wilkes-Barre Penguins. As much as the Penguins blew their cool, no pun intended, the Flames definitely kept their minds in the game and keep focused on the end goal, which is the Calder Cup. As the teams have gone through a few different locales, and we will be back Wednesday night, 8:30 on Rogers TV&B, carrying Game 4 of the Calder Cup Championship as the Flames look to close in on the Penguins live from the First Union Arena. For my partner, Steve Ryan, I'm Dave DeLine, and for everybody behind the camera and in the booth, we'd like to thank you and hope to see you here Wednesday night. We'll be enjoying some great hockey.